Hey guys, how's it going? Looking at US 30, right? This thing is dropping like crazy. Man, I wish I hopped into those sells because if you look above, there's actually a lot of sells that were available. We'll take a look. I'm not gonna mess with US 30 today at all, especially after this huge drop. It's gonna move pretty crazy for the rest of the session, it looks like. But damn, that's a big drop. All right, let me finish setting up this room real quick, and then we should be good to go. All right, almost there. All right, so let me just finish setting this up. I think one more thing, and then I can pull this link real quick. So, damn, I wish I took those trades. I'm just looking at it right now. Like these right here, these are pretty good. This have been solid. Took that sell there. Jeez. All right, let me grab this link real quick. Let me check out the chat. How's it going, Kendra? Hey, Billy, Peter, Anthony, morning, everybody. So let me send this link out real quick. I'm not sure if you guys saw that US 30 drop, but damn, that drop is crazy. And I wish I took that, but let me see. This came about 510. I wouldn't have missed that completely. This one's too 550. Damn, it's crazy. All right, let me just get this going real quick. Here's a link for you guys. Let me grab the Zoom link for you guys in the premium as well. See if I missed anything here. All right, cool. Yeah, if you guys sent messages in the Telegram or through email, I haven't looked at any of those yet, so I will get to those shortly. But we'll be focusing on this session right now. Let me check that. Nice. Looks like you guys locked in some pretty nice profit overnight. Let me just save everyone's profits here in the premium. Looks like Trell locked in some profits. Rick, man, Rick, you're up early in the morning. Seems like Rick doesn't even sleep. Yo, what's up, David? What's up, T-Got? Hey, John. Morning, everybody. Let me finish setting up this room real quick. I'm just looking at the the chat real quick. But damn, that's a crazy drop right there for US 30. Not sure if anyone caught that. There was a bunch of entries. There was like 3 entries that were available right here. Like 1, 2, 3, 4 entries right there. 5 entries actually right here. It's a bunch of entries right there. Well, we'll take a look. Let me just finish setting up this room real quick. I'm gonna post up the link, and then we should be good. So Neptune morning. Let's see, get this up here real quick. Oops, wrong button. And today's March 19th. Like March just started. We're almost halfway through. More than halfway through, actually. Let me get this email sent out real quick. Cool. All right. Other than that, I think we're good for the most part. Let me just. I think the last place I got to place it is on the Instagram. Hey, morning, Patricia. Morning, Sam. Morning, Matt. Morning, everybody. So hopefully you guys had a great trading week so far. I sure did. I don't think I have any losses yet. And I'm probably not going to trade today because I'm not trying to screw that up. So I'll be answering questions. I'll be doing analysis and all that, but I'm probably not going to really trade today. Maybe I'll take a small little scalp here and there, but not really anything. Nothing too crazy. And if I do take a position, it's going to be a small one, like maybe a normal lot, not my normal 5 lot that I take on my account. because Friday's never been good to me. I mean, it's been all right sometimes, but most of the time it's never been good to me at all. So I'll be here to help you guys out and answer questions, but I'm probably not going to be taking any, trades of my own today. Or if I do, it's going to be a really small position size. I got the Instagram going. All right. Hey, Ricardo. Oh, yeah, sorry. Thanks, Patricia. Thanks for reminding me, guys. I always forget about the Zoom. Let me get you guys a Zoom real quick so that you guys can get these scalps real time and you guys have better quality video for you guys in the premium group. So let me get you guys that real quick. Let's see. All right. This all set up. All right, cool. Let me see who else is here. Let's see. Hey, what's up, Jay? Yeah, definitely, Jay. I was looking at, let me check the market sentiment. The market sentiment still 76%. They're actually giving these retail traders some wins right now. Or you can see right here, it kind of dropped to 74. And it seems like they started to, to like give some people some wins, but then let me move the chat real quick. Yeah, it looks like they try to give some of these short sellers like, some hope right here, but then that's a big drop. Let me see how far it dropped. It dropped 3,500 pips. So if you guys are familiar with the strategy here that we apply when we scalp, we apply the K2 snipe strategy. And the K2 snipe strategy is a very simple strategy. It's the K2 snipe strategy. First, we identify or confirm wick rejection. Confirm wick rejection off the every time someone joins the Zoom, it freezes up my screen. Rejects rejection off pivots. To pivot actually. Confirm wick rejection off K2 SR zone. Lastly, confirm wick rejection. K2 pivot. So this is the requirements here for that strategy that I was just talking about, the K2 snipe strategy. So looking over here, there's actually a lot of entries that were available. So there was an entry right over here. If I zoom in a little closer, you guys can see a little better. Confirm wick rejection off K2 pivot, which would be right here. There's actually a whole bunch. And two more right here. So we confirm the wick rejection off the K2 pivot, confirm the wick rejection off the K2 SR zone, which would be this zone and this zone right here. And you just want to make sure that the pivot isn't touching the body, which it isn't. So if you took any of these positions here for a sell, this would be a sell here, that would be a full TP. If you took the sell right here, that would be a full TP. If you took a sell right here, that would be a full TP. Or if you took the sell here, a very late one, this would also be a full TP, right? So 4 back-to-back wins right there for that snipe strategy. I didn't take them. I literally just got online right now. So I totally missed all of these trades. But it looks like some of you guys here in the chat actually caught it. So I'm looking over here. Rick said that was a fun $1,100 ride. I'm barely awake. So Rick over here, he locked in. Let me just see. Yeah, so Rick over here took those sells. Look at those two sells right there and the buys. So he took buys in the other direction and he took sells here. He made about 1,000 this morning. It's only 6:45, guys. It's 6:45 and Rick's pretty much done for the day. So nice work off that. And like right here, Trell actually identified the same trade that I looked at right here, right? Same exact trade. Trell identified it. He didn't catch it, but Rick did. Rick did a great job off that. And then overnight, it looks like Trell actually took a couple other ones over here that came on earlier, and he locked in about 715 for the morning. And it, like I mentioned, it's only 6:46. So nice work off that, Trell. Nice work off that, Rick. Let me see if there's anything else here. Valentine over here. Wow, look at Valentine. Valentine took the same trade. So as you guys can see here, everyone here knows the strategy that I'm applying. See, he took 1, 2, 3, 4 sells. He made 964, 282, and 666. So he took all these 4 trades right here, Valentine, and Valentine locked in 1,886. Congrats, Valentine. You killed it, dude. That was amazing. What you did there. And sorry that I didn't get to your message this morning. I see that you messaged me at 6 a.m. You were asking me about that sell right there, right? The same sell that I just identified right here. So you identified that sell, you took the trade, and you capitalized, right? You locked in 885 first off that first trade, and then you took this other one right next to it where you made 1,886. So I'm going to save your profits here. If you guys have more profits that you guys want me to share, I will share them for you guys. Just send them to me, and I'll take a screenshot, or I'll just save them here in the save messages, and your trades will be shared in the K2 groups later to today. So Rick over here locked in another win. He said he was done for that time, but he locked in another 159 bucks right there for a total of 1,120 and 99 cents this morning. So nice work to everybody here in K2. Great profits, guys. I didn't lock in those profits, but I'm glad you guys did. That's all that really matters here. So I have a bunch of messages here. I didn't get to anyone yet. So unfortunately, CC over here locked in 1,000 as well. So great work to everybody, guys. Look at CC over here. He locked in all these sells for US 30. And this dude locked in 1,000. And he had one loss here. He had a big loss, 896. But he has all these wins here to cover that. So even with that one loss, he still has all these wins here for 1,098 and 92 cents. So great work by everyone. If you guys did send me profits, I haven't looked at them yet, so I will be zooming through your messages here. Marcus, I'll get back to you in a little bit. Deswell, you too. Aaron, I'll get to you in a little bit. Felicia, let me see what you got here. Felicia said, do I create a new account? Felicia, I'll respond to you in a little bit too, because it seems like everyone here has like some basic questions. So I'll get back to you guys. Unless it's really important, I'll take a look. But I think right now I can get back to you guys after this this live session. So congrats to everybody who locked in these trades right here. I mean, you guys killed it. That was some crazy moves right there, especially by Rick over here. I know Rick was having a rough day yesterday, but he came back. He came back hard. So Rick had a rough day yesterday, but he bounced back super hard. He closed out yesterday in profit, but even today, you add this back, he pretty much made back a whole bunch of these wins right here. So amazing work off that, Rick. Crazy work. Anthony, you can check the prices on the website. So let me just, because there's different plans there. So if you want to check the website, just go to the website. Yeah, there you go. So David already got it for you right there. Thanks, David. All right, Javier just made it into the room. All right, cool. Looks like everyone's here. So good morning, everybody. Hopefully you guys had a great week so far. Everyone here in K2 has been killing it. Here, I'll show you guys my profits too. I haven't had any losses this whole week. This week's been pretty solid to me. From Monday to up until today. So just looking at this here. So this is my my MT4. You guys can see these are all the trades I took. I've been pretty conservative this week because last week was kind of choppy. This week was all right, but this is all the trades for this week. So you can see right here from the 16th up until the 19th today, for a total of 5,894. I made about 900 on the 16th, 1,200, 845, 117, 249. And you guys can see here, there's no losses. They're all wins. Because I've been really careful with my trades. So as long as you guys are careful with your trades and you're not just taking every single trade, you guys can do pretty well here over at K2. So, all right, let me scroll up real quick and see if there's any other questions. And then I'll look through all of the, through everything else as we continue. I just saw Sam's message. Sam said, I was too shook to take any of them and they all hit. Exactly. That's crazy, Sam. They all like hit perfectly. And yeah, J market is moving crazy right now. Exactly. John said Friday might not be good for your intraday strategy, but your scalping strategy has been working regardless of Fed meetings, Fridays, etc. Yeah, my scalp strategy works through anything. That's why a lot of people are asking me, is this strategy still going to work well during the summer? And I definitely think it will, because we're not really looking for the big moves. We're looking for the small little moves within. And there's a lot of small moves here we could catch, regardless of the of the market conditions. Oh, gotcha. Okay, so Ricardo said Fed's no longer funding banks, stocks expiring, nasty day. Oh, nice. Good to know, Ricardo. I didn't even think about that. So that's good to know that you had a little fundamental analysis behind all of this. Hey, Jeff, morning. See, John said, every time you think it's too risky, your scalp strategy still works. Yeah, it works with like literally anything and everything. Hey, John Harris, how's it going, bro? Mark said, hey, Shawn, I sent you a message. When you get a chance, can you take a look for me, please? Let me see. Mark said, I just wanted to know what's the lot size I can use on a $500 account using US 30. I'm using Hugo's Way at this time. So Marcus, yeah, you could use a 0.01. That's going to be the biggest lot size you can use, but you're still going to be over leveraging because you should be using a 0.01 per $1,000. So you could use it with 500, but you might get margin called out. So make sure that you're being very careful with your trades if you're trading on Hugo's Way with a $500 account. I don't recommend anything under 1,000, but if that's all you can do, then by all means, just be really careful. All right, so I think that's it for the questions here. Let's see another one over here from Jay's asking. He said it looks like it's time for a reversal. So here, this is what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and redraw my zones so that we can see, if there is any areas here. Actually, I don't even need to redraw the zones because they're still there. Let me just turn them back on. Actually, I'll redraw them. It's like way too messy. So let me zoom out from this point. There's no zones down here, but I will be looking for some possible zones around that area. But yeah, I definitely could see it possibly reversing, Jay, because it looks like, I mean, this move was like, this drop was like uncalled for, right? Aside from like what Ricardo mentioned, he mentioned that, the Fed isn't backing the banks anymore and that, stock contracts are like expiring. So maybe that's the case. Maybe that's the case where they're shorting the market, but we'll see how this swings back because I don't know if it's going to necessarily close all the way down here. So we're done with these zones right here. I'll just hop back into this right here. So this was a big drop. It looks like the drop started from up here. Is that the all-time high? Yeah. So once price reached that all-time high right there, it dumped and it wiped everyone out that was still in this buy. So let's see. Well, I took some buys, but I didn't get wiped out. 7,000 pip drop right there. Yeah. Big drop. So we'll keep watching to see how price reacts to it. This is going to be the opening candle right here. Let's mark it up for you guys. Vertical line. This is going to be the opening candle right here at 6:30. So after this, we'll see how this moves because generally what happens is there'll be like a big move down and then generally it'll be either an impulse back up or it'll just come right back down even further. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check CNBC, see if there's anything that I'm missing here that could be of relevance for our analysis. And then I'll take a look at the other indices as well. So let's pull up CNBC real quick. CNBC said Dow falls 30 points as Fed bank capital decision hits financial stocks. All right, so that's what Ricardo just mentioned. He mentioned that the Federal Reserve will not extend its pandemic era rule to allow banks to relax capital levels. So yeah, it looks like this definitely hit the stock market now that the Fed bank isn't, they're not extending that, pandemic rule because it seems like, things are starting to get back to normal slightly, not necessarily completely, but they're not going to be supporting those banks anymore. So, all right. So that's probably what caused a drop. It's probably going to retrace back up now. There's going to be people buying the dip, right? There's always people buying the dip. They see that big drop, they buy the dip. They're taking a risk there. So we'll see what happens. So if people continue to buy the dip and swing it back up, we'll see if we can take some buys. If not, we'll probably just keep taking some sells. But other than that, I think that's it for this right here. All right, let me take a look at the other indices to see what else is going on here. So let's see the Aussie 200. We'll see if there's any entries here. For example, for you guys here that are from Australia, I know Ionin is probably in here, or it's like 3 a.m. over there for you guys, right, Ionin? If you're in here, and Sam too. I don't know if Sam, if you're in here, but the other Sam from from Australia. You guys are like on opposite time zones. It's probably like 3 a.m. for you guys over there. But anyways, looking at the Aussie 200, you guys can see that there was actually the same entry that we looked at US 34. I probably wouldn't have entered it because it's choppy right here. But if you guys did enter this trade for the Aussie 200, it looks like it would have hit full TP for you as well right there. So sells all around for all the indices. Aussie 200, a sell that was available right there at about, let's see, at about 6:10 a.m. So not that long ago, maybe like 40 minutes ago, there was an entry available there. Let's check out the China 50 for some of you guys here. I think William, you trade China 50, right? So if you trade China 50, it looks like you would have had an entry here around the same time as well. It seems like all of the indices took a hit from that news. It wasn't just US 30. It was even the China index. Looking right here, same setup right here where we have the rejection off the pivot and the structure right there. With that said, short position over here. Looks like it's still running for the China 50, right? The Spain 35 here. And Vinicius probably wants me to take a look at his Brazilian index, so I could probably take a look at that as well. I should probably just add that to my watch list, Vinicius. Not sure if you're in here right now. I'm assuming you're located in Brazil, Vinicius, if you're looking at the Brazilian index, because you're the only person I know that trades the Brazilian index, which is cool. We have some diversification here in K2 with everyone trading their own country-specific index. So just looking at this right here, let me see. Yeah, right here, same for the Spain 35, rejection off the pivot, rejection off the structure. If you took any of those trades right there, it looks like this would have been full TP right there. Or if you took the one below it, another full TP right there. So that's it for the Spain index. Here with the French index, let's see if there's anything else here. And I'm just going down the list. So if you guys have any specific questions and you guys want me to analyze anything specific, feel free to put them in the chat and I can take a look. Today's going to be more of a Q&A day. I'm not really going to be trading my own account today because I don't like trading on Fridays. It never ends well for me, guys. Like every Friday I've traded with you guys, I would have to get off the live session early because I either end up getting in a bad trade and I don't want to keep taking bad trades after that bad trade, or I get too tempted to enter trades that I shouldn't be entering. So looking here at the French 40, same setup right here, rejection off the pivot and structure. So this would be a sell right there. And if you took any of these trades here, it looks like you would have hit another full TP off that. So full TP off this French 40 right here, off that candle, this candle as well, and this candle down here. So 3 back-to-back wins here for the French 40 if you guys took that as well. They all kind of lined up with US 30 this morning. So looking at the DAX here, some of you guys here located in Europe like to trade the DAX. So with that said, there's a bunch of entries here as well, if you guys had a chance to to look at it. So look at the DAX right here. It looks like there was a couple entries that were available from this point. Same exact setup again for US 30, rejection off this green candle and this red candle. So if you took either of those right there, full TP off the DAX 30. The NICE over here as well. Let's see if there's anything here real quick. Here, let's see. Got a zone right there. 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 So there's a lot of entries here for the NICE. Some of you guys like trading this. For you guys that are located in Asia, specifically Japan. Some people located in Indonesia. Some people located in the Philippines. So we have a lot of traders here, guys, that are located from all over the place. So if you guys trade the Japan index, for you guys that are located in Asia, it looks like this is the only entry that was available last night. There's actually a couple, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you took any of those trades, they would have hit full TP right there. So I don't trade the Japan index, but for you guys that do trade it, looks like there were some good entries there. Here's the UK 100 for you guys that are located in the UK. I know you guys like to trade this because this kind of moves similar to the NASDAQ. So if you guys are located in Europe and you guys like to trade something similar to the NASDAQ tech stocks, this would be your go-to. And yeah, it looks like there were a ton of entries here. So obviously I don't trade this, but for you guys here that do trade it, I don't even trade the US NASDAQ. It's not one of my pairs that I like to trade, but there's a whole bunch of entries right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's like 9 entries there. If you took any of these entries, they all would have hit TP, right? Full TP there, full TP there, full TP there, full TP there, etc. There's like 9 wins that you could have taken. So congrats to you guys, to whoever took those trades. But yeah, it looks like the whole indices market provided for some pretty good entries overnight. I mean, just looking at it here, it's like, dude, there's so many that are available here. So I'm not sure if you guys took these. If you guys want to send me your profits and I can save them in the K2 group to be posted in the public groups later today, feel free to send them over to me and I'll save them for today's posting as we wrap up the trading week. Yeah, again, right here, same situation for the S&P. If you guys are trading the S&P, same setup right there. Looks like this would have hit a full TP down there as well for 150 pips, or I guess it'd be like 15 points. So other than that, here's the NASDAQ. I'll just see if there's anything here for you guys who'd like to trade the NASDAQ. I don't know, NASDAQ's been kind of crazy. Like when I first started trading the NASDAQ, it was cool because it moved directional, right? Like when COVID happened, the NASDAQ literally just shot up. Like you could literally just buy NASDAQ and make money off it and not even know what you were doing. And then same with like US 30, you could just sell US 30 and make money, not know what you're doing. But now it's just gotten really choppy. So I haven't really messed with the NASDAQ. I know a lot of you guys here like it. I personally don't trade it, but just looking here, same situation, a bunch of setups around this whole vicinity right here, like this area right here. If you took any of those trades, I think they might still be active or not. Yeah, this one would have hit full TP, that green candle. And then again, right here, there's another one running down a full TP right there. So 2 wins right there for full TP, depending if you took any, either of these, this green candle or this green candle. But yeah, I mean, if any of you guys traded my strategy for indices last night or this morning, looks like you guys would have locked in like massive profits this morning. So I was just looking at the same messages here. So here's the tag right here. See where it says today? These are the profits from this morning. Valentine locked in 885. Rick over here locked in 965. Trell over here locked in 715. Valentine took another trade, made 885. And then Rick took another trade, made 1,120. And lastly, Sisuk over here made a total of 1,098. So there's been a good handful of you guys who locked in profits this morning. And, I'm glad because a lot of people don't have luck on Friday, but you guys had some good trades. So that's good to hear. Biko's asking, what about S&P? Yeah, looking at S&P over here, Biko, here's the S&P. It's moving the same as US 30 right now. It's probably going to keep dropping because we were waiting for it to swing up or come back down, but it looks like the drop's going to continue for S&P. We did have a scalp entry that was available right here. I didn't take it. This red candle right here, you see, where it's rejecting off the pivot and structure. Or actually, it's not rejecting off the structure at all. So there's actually no entry right here. It looks like the entry might be for this one. Here, if I rewind to this candle right here. Oh, so there's no entry right there, actually. Let me go back to this one right here. It's kind of close. Like you can see here that it's really close to it. So I don't know if there would be an entry there, but if there wasn't, it looks like the most recent entry for a sell would have been right here instead. Sorry, let me fix that. That's why I don't really like trading these smaller indexes because they don't move as smooth. So right here, this red candle, this would have been a sell right there. So that would have been the full TP. So it just depends on where you took it. But other than that, I think that's it for the indices. So we're done with that right now. I'm still looking at US 30. There's just no zones down here right now. So, and price is too far from the pivots. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set an alert on the pivots so that when price comes down and touches or comes up and touches the pivot, we'll know to look for some possible entries here. So there we go. We set that up right there. Okay. So next up, we'll look at the Forex pairs over here. So I didn't call any Forex pairs last night. Like the market's just dead. Look at this. The market didn't move at all since like afternoon yesterday, Asia session. So it's been about, let's see how many hours since I called this trade over here. Like over a day. It's been over 24 hours, like maybe a 24 a day in 4 hours. right here, odd CAD didn't move at all. So that's why I canceled this trade for you guys who didn't, if you guys didn't get it filled. It filled really quick. So I'm not sure if anyone filled it, but I did mention to cancel it if it didn't, because it's just going sideways. Same with odd CHF. It's not really moving at all right here. This would have been a decent sell, but it's just not moving. Odd JPY, no movement there. We wanted to take a sell here, but odd NZ didn't move at all. Like the entire Forex market is just trash, guys. Like I'm not sure if any of you guys are trading Forex right now, but the Forex market is just, it's too slow. There really isn't much to take even for the bigger pairs. I mean, we had a couple trades this week and we had to close them all early at TP1 because the market is just not moving well. So right here for EG, you guys had me analyze EG yesterday. I mentioned from this point, we were waiting for it to break above or below. Now that it's breaking above right here, if this ends up closing, you can take this for a buy, but I wouldn't mess with it because we're entering the weekend. So there's really no reason for us to really, take any of those positions right there. Because, you know, obviously you don't want to hold any trades into the weekend. Same with Euro USD right here. We have a sell signal right there, a break and close past structure. This would be a decent sell right there, but I probably wouldn't take it because it is Friday and the weekend is going to happen soon. Same here with GA right here. There was a decent entry right here, which would have possibly hit like TP of here because it pushed up in profit at least like 45 pips. So some profit could have been made there. But like I was mentioning, the market is just, it's not really moving very much. It goes up and then it just goes sideways right here. So it's not really worth taking unless like you're taking some smaller positions. The GJ over here hit TP though. So for you guys who followed my GJ, you know, calls over here, they played out perfectly. I've been analyzing GJ for a couple of weeks now, and we're just waiting for it to play out because it's been slow, and it finally actually played out. Here at GN, this is going to be a buy entry here. We didn't take it because I knew it was going to swing back like that due to the heavy news. The NZD pairs are just going sideways as well. So there really isn't too much here to really look at. Right here for NZD JPY, this would be a good sell if this ends up closing in the next 2 hours, but it's not necessarily something that I would want to take there. No, it's only like 44 pips, and it is the weekend. So that's it for the Forex pairs there. And the USD CAD, this is what we thought. We thought the US dollar was going to be strong, so we expected this to shoot up. However, I didn't call this trade right here either because we decided to play off this point. Yeah, Jay said the chef guy is crazy. He's been killing it. I've been catching some of his trades. Yeah, because he's been catching a lot more scalps on there. He's only been scalping like on the shorter time frame. He's been on point like with sharing his trades over here with these little scalps. Yeah, he's scalping on the 3 minute. So if you guys scalp on the shorter time frame, you guys can scalp on it. It'd be easier for you guys to kill those there since the market's not really moving too much. Let's check out Ricardo. Delete this real quick. Scammers. All right, Ricardo over here locked in. Nice. Look at Ricardo. He took those buys and sells. He took trades in both directions right here. Ricardo locked in 2,298. So nice work this morning, Ricardo. If you guys look at the chat, you guys can see Ricardo. He's the one that's been chatting earlier above, and he did pretty good today. This morning, 2,229. Trell over here said market structure. All right, cool. Shawn wants me to take a look at gold. So I'm gonna pull up gold for you guys over here. So here's gold. Here's a markup right here that I marked up the other day. I was waiting for price to break above or break below. Looks like price is still consolidating sideways. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna delete everything off this chart. Zoom out from this point. And I'm going to start off with the K2SRs. So with the K2SRs right here, I'm going to draw the zones. And this is pretty much how I analyze anything. It doesn't matter if it's Forex. It doesn't matter if it's commodities like gold, stocks, options, futures, commodities like silver. I mean, it doesn't really matter. You can use the same analysis for everything. Like first, we identify market structure. We do that by using the K2SR indicator to identify the strongest rejection points. So once we have this drawn up right there, I turn off the K2SR indicator. I zoom out from this point. And then from this point right here, we identify where price has been moving. So obviously price has been dropping from up here, and it's been dropping heavily all the way down here. So from this point, this would be the high, this would be the low. We have the range right here within this market structure. So with that said, we turn on the momentum indicator and we identify the direction of momentum. So right here, we have a bullish momentum, right? So we have a rejection from here. We have a buy signal and price breaks and close past structure. Whenever this happens where price breaks and close past structure, it usually ends up pushing up to the next structure right here, which is exactly what happened. Same situation over here, rejection off this point, buy signal right here. This candle right here broke the structure. So I think this is not done with its move yet because it didn't push up to the next structure up here. This pullback right here happened due to the news yesterday and this morning. So it's continuing to swing back down. However, I think this might end up swinging back up here. And then if it closes back above here again a third time, then it'll probably shoot all the way up to this structure right here. So this is the scenario that can play out here. Another scenario is that price can break below here and just continue back down here. So two different scenarios that can play out here, Shawn. Obviously right here, I have a bullish bias. I want this to play out, and I think this is going to play out. Reason for that's because the US dollar is weak, right? After the stimulus was sent out, it like temporarily stimulated the economy, but now they're printing more money for the stimulus. And with that said, the US dollar gets weaker and weaker as more dollars become printed. So like looking at this over here, we go over to the DXY, which is the dollar index. Oh, that's weird. So looking at this right here, the dollar index is strong. So with that said, this should be going, oh, actually, that's right. So it's technically going down right now. Let me go on the 4 hour real quick. Yeah, that's kind of weird that, I mean, it's not that weird, but the dollar index is like really strong right now. So it's pushing up. And with that said, this over here, so like with this said right here, this right here is pushing up. So this should be dropping down heavily, but it's not really dropping down that heavy, right? So I think that this is going to end up swinging back down from this point. This is just a little temporary push up, but I think it's going to keep dropping because usually if you're following basic fundamentals, when the dollar is strong, gold goes down heavily. Because when price is going down, that means that the second currency is stronger than the first, and vice versa. When price is going up, that means that the first currency is stronger than the second. So if the DXY is strong right here, this should be dumping, but it's not really dumping. It's only dropped about, let's see, it's only dropped like about 43 pips. So it's not really that much. It's barely anything. You'd expect it to move a lot because if you look at the dollar index here, the last like 8 hours, it's been pushing up like 500 points. That's a lot of points for the DXY. So we'll see. This might be a little small move right here, and it's probably going to swing back down. If this ends up swinging back down, then you could expect gold to shoot back up. But, you know, like I mentioned, we'll have to wait for that confirmation. We'll have to wait for price to either close above here or price to close down here with a sell signal. If this ends up closing down here with the sell signal, then you guys know what to do, right? Sell signal right here, drops down to the next structure right here. So we'll just have to wait and see how this plays out. But I think overall, I would see this as a bullish bias in my perspective, because I see the US dollar being weak. I don't think this is going to hold very long, especially with the stimulus and like with everything else going on in the world, you know, with regard to the Fed, you know, backing the banks and stuff. So we'll see how this plays out. But, you know, like I mentioned, there's a lot that can happen from now until, wow, look at the sentiment for US 30. It went from 80% to 70% overnight. Majority of it happened this morning. So it looks like what happened was it dropped and people sold off their sells. So it looks like people are now swinging around from that point. So James is asking, how do you access the K2 SR indicator? So James, in order to access the K2 SR indicator, you click on this right here, indicators, go to your invite only scripts, and then you'll see K2 SR version 2 right here. You click on that, and then it'll put it on your chart right over here. And that's how you turn it on. So this is how your chart normally looks blank. And that's how it would turn on from that point right there. Yeah, James, I don't know, did you send your username to me already? Because I'm not sure if you did. Check real quick. James, so you're not. I just checked your account right now. You're not subscribed to the strategies. You only subscribe to the signals. So if you want access to the indicators, you got to have access. You got to have sign up to the proper subscription. So if you're on the K2 website, if you want the K2 indicators, you got to click on this right here, K2 Trading Strategy Course, and you'll get access to all of the K2 strategies and all the K2 indicators that we use here to analyze these charts. You'll get access to the momentum indicator, the K2SR indicator to identify the structure, the K2 pivots when we're scalping, and the K2 trend meter if you decide to trade intraday down here. So in order to get access to all these indicators, you have to have access to the K2 strategies, which would be right here. And James, I just checked your account. It looks like you're only subscribed to the signal, so you don't have access to the indicators. If you want to upgrade, you can. Just go on the website, go to K2 strategy course right here, and sign up for the proper subscription. So other than that, I think we're good to go. So if you guys have any other questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat, and then I can take a look. Like I mentioned, I'm not really going to be trading today, guys. It's Friday, and I usually don't have much luck on Friday. I end up taking a lot of trades that I shouldn't be taking. So I'm going to hold off on trading my own account. But if you guys looked at my account earlier, like, why would I want to trade, right? I had such a great week so far. So this is like total profit for like the whole month so far, or not the whole month, for the past 2 weeks. I think my this account started, like a while back. So let me just let me see if we could add up what we made just for this week, like from Monday up until today. So here's all the profits from this week. So if you guys sat in on all my live sessions from Monday up until now, you guys would have made all these profits here with these trades. And if you guys look at the Telegram, like you guys can see which trades everyone took. Like for example, here, all these wins right here are pretty much all the scalps that we took during these live sessions, right? See all this blue here? Everyone has straight blue, right? Because all the wins were mostly the ones that I called during the live session. So if you add these up right here, here's MC4. If you add these up right here, so we'll add up 922.50 plus 1295 plus 845 plus 117 plus 249 plus 1292.50 plus 2767.50 plus 245 plus 45 plus 147 plus 430. With that said, just for this week on this one account, the total profit was $8,355.50 just from Monday up until Tuesday. Obviously, I had one loss, or a couple losses actually last week, and that's why it went down to 5,894. But I'm not complaining with my profits for this week, and that's why I don't need to trade, because this is how much profit I already made this week. This is more than what people make normally. So there's just really no reason for me to force any trades on a Friday. So that's why I'm not going to be trading, and I'm going to be happy with, the profits that I already have so far. And that's pretty much, if you guys copied all my live session trades, you guys should have no losses this week either. The only reason some people have losses is because they took a couple other trades. Like Rick over here, he took a couple trades here on his own, which is where he has a couple losses, but overall profit for the week so far. And I got a whole week's of profits here. So if you guys want to go back and see everyone's profits, you guys can see every day the profits are shared. So if you go over here, I send videos every single day. Sorry, let me try to mute this. I send profits every day for everyone. So if you guys look, I record everyone's profit. So if you guys are in K2 and you guys have sent me profits, I save everyone's profits here. So this is from the 18th, and you guys can see every day we have profits. If I go here, we have profits every single day, right here on the 18th. And I share everyone's profits. Here's on the 17th. Like you guys can see every single day, everyone's profiting here in K2. So, if you guys have problems being profitable, you guys found the right group, because literally every day everyone's killing it. Here's Eunice right here sending his profits for the day. Damn, Eunice right here killed it, dude. Look at Eunice. He took Aussie 200, NZD CAD, UK 100, US 30. And he even took the peso over here, USD MXN. He made 172. So for total today, he made 3,322. So if you guys are in K2, you guys, there's no reason for you guys to be not profitable here. Literally everybody, like you can see Eunice's profits. He sends me his profits every day. This is from today. He made 3,032. This is on the 18th yesterday. He made 2,034. This is him on the 17th. He made 2,119. or 2,199. And here on the 4th, he sends me his profits every day. So as you guys can see, there's a lot of consistency here in K2. So, you know, I save everyone's profits. If you guys have more that you guys want to send to me so I can share in the public groups later on, just send them over to me before the end of the day. And then we'll be posting them up. So just a reminder, if you guys want to trade like Eunice over here, because he took these trades on his own. I didn't give any of these trades to him because I don't trade the NASDAQ. I don't trade UK 100. I don't trade any of these here. He took all these trades on his own. So if you guys want to learn the strategy and kill it like everyone else in K2, just go on the website, k2trades.com, go to K2 strategy course right here and sign up. I'm not going to be providing any more mentorships for new members. If you guys are already signed up to K2, you guys have one-on-one mentorship with me. For the new members, I'll provide maybe one session with you guys, but I'm not going to be giving you guys unlimited sessions anymore because I'm too busy and I want to make sure that everyone in K2 kills it rather than helping, you know, brand new people. So if you guys are in K2 already, you guys are I'm going to make sure you guys kill it every day, just like everyone else here. But if you guys are brand new, I'll probably give you one session. But then you guys will be on your own from there. But it's fine because everyone in K2 will help you out. So there's no big deal. Anyways, back to the charts over here. Let me see if there's anything else that we need to take a look at. Looks like price is finally coming up for US 30 right here. Let me see if there's any zones around this area. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on the shorter time frame. And I'm going to see if there's any zones here because I know you guys love going on the 1 minute and pulling some zones up here. And I'm specifically talking to certain people in the group like CT and Marcus. You guys love trading on the 1 minute. So let me just mark up these zones here. I'm gonna color them a different color so that we don't get these mixed up. All right, cool. So back to the 10 minute. I know you guys like to do it on the 8 minute, but I'll just stay on this 10 minute here just so that we have some space in between. So damn, if you guys took this trade right here, it looks like you guys would have hit a TP as well. So these blue bars right here are going to be the 1 minute zones. So if you guys followed Marcus's strategy and CT, what they like to do is they like to draw their zones on the 1 minute, and then they enter their trades on the 8 minute or 10 minute. So if I go on the 8 minute right here, oh yeah, there's some perfect entries right here, Marcus. So I'm sure you guys caught all of these right here. There's a lot right here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 entries right here. This whole area, 6 entries. This candle right here, perfect entry. You know, wick rejection off the pivot and structure. If you guys took that trade, straight TP right there. So that's how some people here in K2 trade US 30. You know, there's a lot of ways to trade it. A lot of members in K2 end up trading it their own way, which is fine. As long as it works, that's completely fine. I personally don't do it because I follow what's, you know, the original strategy. But if you guys want to mix it up, you guys are more than welcome. So let me see if there's any other zones here. So if you guys have any other questions, like I mentioned, this is more of a Q&A session rather than me taking live trades myself because I don't really trade on Fridays. And I already made it. I made good profit for the week so far. I'm not going to mess up my streak just to, you know, play in these choppy markets on a Friday. So if you guys have questions, this is your time to ask me so I can answer them. And it doesn't have to be about the strategy. It could be about any trading thing. If you have anything trading related, just drop your question in the chat and then I can answer your question for you. You know, if you have any FTMO questions, if you have questions about risk management, trade psychology, anything like that, I'm here to help you guys out. You know, I don't get anything out of this chat. Really, I'm just here to help you guys out for the day to close out this trading week. So feel free to drop any questions, and I can take a look at anything for you guys. Anyways, other than that, I kind of want to take a look at Bitcoin because I do have some Bitcoin that I'm holding. Yeah, it looks like Bitcoin is starting to swing back up, so this is all right. So let me zoom out from this point right here. I'm just going to draw my zone. So you guys can see that these zones work for everything. It's not just Forex. It's not just indices. It's not just futures. It's not just commodities. It works for Bitcoin as well. Any crypto, like literally anything here. Short Scene said, "Hi Shawn. Earlier you talked about interview to FTMO. What about that? I'm not sure what you're referring to, Short Scene. I had an interview with a different trading company, not FTMO, but I had an interview with a different trading company. If that's what you're referring to, that was posted in the group. So if you look in the group, just search up interview, and you can see the interview that I had with this other trading company. It was this trading company that actually he found K2 when K2 used to be a meme page, because I used to post memes on K2 before I posted my results. You know, before K2 really became a company, because I would just trade by myself and I would just post memes up just so I can like meet up with other traders and we can like share ideas. So K2 actually started as a meme page, like in the beginning, which was about like 3 or 4 years ago. It was just a meme page, and this trading company has been following me for like 4 years now, and he knows how I trade, and he knows that I've been doing like great for the past 4 years. So that's why he interviewed me to get my backstory, right? Like basically my backstory of how I started trading, how I started doing K2, and how I created the K2 strategy, because he followed me before K2 was a strategy that I released to you guys. But yeah, if you want to look at it, just go on YouTube, go on the Telegram page, like any page really. You could go on any of the public pages, even the alerts group. Just type, probably go to the chat, type in, go to the search button, and then just type in interview. And yeah, because some people commented on it. Like Clinton said, "Hey Shawn, just watched your interview with JP. Such an inspiration. Big up to you, my guy." So if you type in interview right here, you could see that. Okay, so if you go right here and you go to like where it was forwarded, there's an interview right here with one of the trading companies where I got interviewed by the owner of that company. So if you want to look that up, just go on the K2 page and just search up interview so that you can see the interview right there if you guys want to watch it. So other than that, let me see if there's any other questions here. All right, cool. So Marcus said, let me just check your question real quick, Marcus. So yeah, Marcus's question right here said, "I didn't get it because I was changing my account over to Hugo's way, but I watched it had lined up, but it took a minute to get my money into the account." Oh, gotcha. And I got you, Marcus. Yeah. I mean, it sucks. It sucks that you missed the trade, but it's all good. Friday is a risky day. All right, so yeah, looking at Bitcoin right here, because all I do is I buy and I hold Bitcoin. So basically what happens here is like when price comes up and it swings back down, when it drops down to this area, this is where I buy. So I always buy the dip. Whenever Bitcoin drops down, I buy like a couple $100 and it comes back down again over here. I buy a couple $100. I just average out my position. So it comes down, I buy some more there. It comes down again right here. I buy some more there, comes back down here. I buy some more right here. So I started with like a couple $100. I think let me see where my Bitcoin's sitting now. It should be pretty high at this point because I don't really touch it. The last time I touched it was when it started dropping heavy. So when it dropped heavy, I sold it all off and then I just bought some more. So let's see. Yeah, my Bitcoin is at about 1,472 right now. So it's not bad from like a $200 start up until like averaging these little trades right here. And I'm probably just going to keep averaging it out until it drops again. And then I'll probably just sell it off and then just buy it again at that point. So here, let's see. Gwen's asking, do you mind sharing how you came up with K2? No, it's not definitely with Gwen. So like, I'm not sure if you're talking about like the K2 community, if you're talking about the strategy, or if you're talking about the indicator, because I mean, there's a lot of differences that it can range from. But I guess I can start off with, I'm assuming you're talking about the strategy, right, Gwen? That's probably what you're referring to. Because the community just came up out of nowhere. Like all I did was I used to give free trade advice when I was still at my last job, when I was working as an attorney. I just used to give, I would give free trade advice and I would just give my trades. I would share my trades with everyone in the group. And that's how the group started. And it came to a point where people were like, hey, you could charge for this. Cause like I was giving out advice for free for like a couple of years until someone was like, hey, you could probably just start a company out of this and actually like give some legit advice. So that's how the company started. For the indicators, oh, how did I come up with the name K2? K2 stands for my dogs. K2 is so the first K is Kai and the other K is Kobe. So if you guys are not familiar with my dogs, here, let me just check real quick. A lot of people think K2 stands for like the mountain, right? So K2 stands for my dogs right here, Kobe, Kai, right? So Kai and Kobe. And this is where the name came from. It doesn't really mean anything. It's just my two dogs right here, Kobe, which is my German Shepherd, and then Kai, which is who you see over here in the or you hear him sometimes in the background. You can see this little guy. He's usually like scratching in the background, like in the background of my office over here. You can see him under my desk sometimes, or sometimes he pops up here on the side, and he'll pop his head up. So K2, it just means my two dogs. It's my two dogs' names. K2 is Kobe and Kai. So that's where the name came from. A lot of people think it's like the K2 mountain because, K2 is always going up. So like we're always building up to that point, which, I mean, I guess you can use that thought process, but in reality, K2 just stands for my dogs. And that's where it started from. And that's pretty much it for that. All right, so let's see the other question over here. Ricardo said, Shawn, I've never traded Bitcoin on FTMO. What's the lot size I can use on a 50K account? I've never traded it on FTMO either, Ricardo. I don't necessarily trade it that much. I don't trade Bitcoin at all because of the spread. The spread's so wide, so I don't know what the lot size would be, but I think it would be similar to a normal standard lot, because I've traded like a 0.01 and it's only like pennies. And if you trade like a 0.10, that'd probably be dollars. And if you're trading a standard lot, that'd probably be like $10 per pip. So I think it's the same valuation as to normal Forex pairs. But you can try it out, Ricardo. Just start with a 0.01 and then just increase it and see how much it goes up from there. But I personally don't trade Bitcoin on FTMO, so I wouldn't know exactly what lot size to use. Just make sure you're within your risk. So let's see, we have one question here from Short Scene. He wants me to take a look at GBP NZD. All right, so I'm going to start this off from scratch, take everything off the chart, zoom out from this point. Here's the naked chart right here. First thing I'm going to do is turn on the K2SR indicator to identify the rejection points. And with that said right there, I'm going to draw this zone up here. Draw this zone down here. These zones over here overlap, so I'm going to draw that right there as well. And lastly, sorry guys, I don't know if you guys heard that noise in the background. Is that Kyle? Yeah, sorry, it's my dog. He's in the back and he's dreaming. So he's dreaming. He's running in his dreams. So I could hear him kicking the like some metal piece around his leg. Not sure if you guys heard that, but it was like a weird sound. All right. So anyways, back to GN over here. I've drawn my zones from this point. After I draw my zones, I'm going to zoom out from here. And there we go. We have some perfectly drawn zones, right? So price pretty much broke into the structure. It was a break and retest. Price broke structure, came down for a retest, and then it shot back up. Now looking at GN over here, it's just going sideways at this point. So at this point, we can tell that it's ranging, right? So GN is ranging. The next thing we're going to do is turn on the momentum indicator to provide a bias. So right here, we have a rejection off this structure. We have a sell signal right here. So now what we'd be looking for here, short seen, is we'd be waiting for this to break and close past this structure right here. Once price breaks and closes past this structure right here, we can take a sell and then ride this down from that point. So that's pretty much how I see GN right here. You can see that price has attempted to break this structure. Let me just turn this off right here. You can see that price has attempted to break this structure like quite a few times. Price broke the structure up here on March 4th. It failed to break it right here on the 5th, came back up, came back down to retest on the 10th, failed to break it, came back up, came back down for retest on the 15th. It looks like every 5 days it comes down for a retest. So March 5th, March 10th, March 15th, Here we are with March 20, right? By tomorrow. So probably by Sunday, it'll come down to here for another retest. And at that point, price can either break through here below and provide for a sell or reject back up from that point. So there's a couple of different scenarios that, can play out from here. And this is basically, what we're looking for at this point. So, I mean, there's a lot of opportunity here. I probably wouldn't take it until it breaks below here, because what can happen here is price can also reject off this structure right here. So the last thing you want to do, short scene, is get into this trade and get caught up in this consolidation right here, where price is just going sideways and ranging basically between this zone right here and this zone down here, right? You don't want to get caught in that, because you can get caught on the wrong side very easily. So I'd wait for it to break below here. And you can see the same pattern right here played out over here, actually. So if I turn this off over here, so we have a rejection off this point, breaking close past structure right here, and then it pushes down right here before it swings back up, right? So same situation over here. We're waiting for this to break and close past the structure right here in order to catch that continued drop down to here. So that's pretty much what I see happening here for GN. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it for now. So that's it for GN. Let me check the chat, see if there's any other questions. And let me take a glance at US 30 real quick too, to see if I could grab something real quick. Let's see. US 30. Why am I on the 1 minute here? All right, so this is the normal entry here. Oh, damn. Yeah, it looks like it's dropping like pretty heavy right now. Let me see if there's any other zones over here that were available. All right, so we got one right over here. All right, yeah, so looking at these right here, I'm just drawing the 1 minute charts here. 1 minute zones. Go back on the 10 minute right here. Let me go back real quick. I gotta make sure I stretch these out so they don't look all scrunched up. All right, I'm gonna go back on the 10 minute over here. Turn off the K2SRs. Damn, I missed this freaking entry right here. So here's an entry right here, guys. There was one right here that happened about 10 minutes ago, or this candle just closed, yeah, about 9 minutes ago. So there was actually like one entry right here off this that you could have taken off here. I missed it, unfortunately, guys. US 30 just been moving too crazy. So yeah, if you took this trade right here, there's literally no drawdown. It went straight to TP. These blue zones right here are off the 1 minute, and obviously the entry point right here off the 10 minute is the entry point. Damn, how did we miss that trade? Here, let me scroll back real quick. Actually, no, I know how we missed it, Doug. We were looking at different pairs. So yeah, if you guys caught that, let me see if anyone caught it here. Yeah, I don't think anyone caught that trade, or maybe some of you guys did, but you guys haven't shared the profits. But this would have been, one of the entries right there. We had the rejection off the pivot, rejection off the structure, and it would have hit. Damn, it would have hit full TP. Marcus said, "LOL, I just seen it myself." Yeah, because I wasn't paying attention to it. If I was paying attention, we would have caught it, but unfortunately, we didn't. It is Friday, so okay. So Joe said, K2, I don't think the zone was there in real time. So let me go back here and let's replay it real quick. So here's the rejection off that point. Let me turn off the this right here. Let me see if there's any zones there. No zones on the 10 minute. Let's go on the 1 minute. Oh, you're right. Okay, so Joe, you're right. There was no zone there at that time. So real time, we would have missed it anyways. So I'm on point. I'm over here blaming myself. Yeah, Joe, no, you're right. No, you're right. There was no zone there. So the zone came after. The zone came after this candle closed. So here, I'll show you guys what I mean by that. So these zones are, they appear like real time. So as time moves along, that's where the zones start to appear. So let's go back on the 1 minute over here. And I'm going to turn off these zones right here, and I'll turn on the K2SRs. So there's no zone around this area off that 730 candle, right? So right here at 7:30, no zone, no zone. All right, yeah. So that zone was created 3 minutes later. So it was about 3 minutes too late. So at that point, price has already moved down slightly at that point. We wouldn't have been able to catch that move right there. So it's all good, yeah. We just didn't catch it because it wasn't because we weren't paying attention. It's because there was no zone that was available, at that specific time. So it's all good. It happens. That usually happens if price is moving too erratic, right? Because price is moved from like way up here down to way down here for a big 4,000 pip move. So when that happens, it's hard for the system to identify the proper zones before they appear. So it's all good. Shortstein said, like you use IG sentiment on US 30. Is IG sentiment works on Forex pairs too? So it does, Shortstein, but I wouldn't use it as a direct confirmation. So you could use IG sentiment. So let me just show you real quick. IG sentiment, I don't know, like Euro USD, right? So using this, for example, right here, you can look at the IG sentiment for like Euro USD, but I wouldn't necessarily base it off like how we're using it on US 30 over here. Because US 30 for this is something that gets pushed around a lot easier because the market cap for US 30 is not going to be as crazy as like Euro USD. And generally these are going to be very one-sided, right? Like 52%. I mean, not one-sided, they're going to be more around middle ground. So if you look at the list here, if you go to Daily FX, they have an IG sentiment client. You can see all of them right here. So like, for example, right here, EJ has, 62% sell. So if we look at EJ real quick, let me see what it looks like. EJ over here is like, yeah, so it's been dropping for a while, but it doesn't necessarily, let me see if I could find one that's like more lopsided, right? Because it's not that lopsided. It's only in the 60 percentile. Yes, because you can see here, so like for US 30, you can see it's like a 70, or even the DAX. Look, DAX is a 77% sell rate. For Forex pairs, they're usually in the middle. So it doesn't necessarily work that well because they're not one-sided. If they're one-sided, then yeah, it would make a lot of sense. Like for gold over here, right? So for example, gold over here, sorry, let me back up. Gold is 80% of people are long. So with 80% of people, 83% of people long, that's probably why gold is starting to drop because they're manipulating the price so that people will end up. I mean, it's not moving that much, but you can see right here it dropped heavily, right? So it dropped right here, came back up, dropped right here because they keep trying to stop people out that are like trading the opposite direction, right? So if there's only 83%, let's look at silver. It's 93%. That's a lot of people. And you can see right here that it's not really moving very much, right? So looking at silver over here, it shows that 93% of people are long. So looking at silver here, I mean, if you're trading this on the shorter time frame, maybe the 30-minute, see if people are long right here, this was like from last night. If there's that many people that are long for silver, 93% of people are long for silver, they just dump price right here. So they dump price how many pips from this point to down here? Like, I don't know how many pips this is. This might be 79 pips. With that said, they're just stopping everybody out that's in that long position. So it does work for other assets. It's just, it would have to be very one-sided, right? It can't be like 50% because there's going to be no difference there. For example, gold, this is like 83%. So it's a big difference. Oil, 70%. And then same with the indices down here. So it does work, but I wouldn't use it as a main confirmation. I would use it at the very end just to compare and contrast, how it's moving. So that's it for that. Let me go back to the Forex US 30, see if there's anything else there. All right, so no entries here. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that that might be popping up. Let's see. All right, so we're good with that right now. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, and it's still early. I felt like it was later. It's only 7:45. Feels like it's like 10 already. Marcus said there was a zone on the higher time frame if you look between the 4-hour and 1 hour. Damn, you bounce around a lot, huh, Marcus? You go from like the let me just check this out real quick. There's a lot of zones right here on the 1 hour actually. Yeah, you know, like you can go on these higher time frames, but there's just too many zones around that area. It's just too it's way too messy. Um, yeah, I mean, there's just too much. There's too much going on these charts. Let me go to a clean chart and I'll just look if I can find anything. So let's go back over here to US 30. So I mean, what we could do is we could draw zones on the 1 hour. So you guys can see these zones work on every time frame. It doesn't matter what time frame you want to trade on. If you want to trade on the 5 minute, you want to trade on the 10 minute, you want to trade on the 1 hour, there's going to be zones there for you. Let's change this. We got this right here. This right there. It's right there. It's right there. All right. So once we have that set up, we go on the 10 minute. Turn this off. Yeah, see, this is why I wouldn't go on the higher time frames to draw these zones, Marcus, because look at these entries. There's too many entries here, right? You can take buy entries here, get burnt, take some sell entries, have some wins. You know, the room for mistake here are going to be a lot higher because there's going to be a lot of entries here that, I mean, that are technically available, but you end up looking for something that's not really there. So like this right here is pretty much what we would have saw too. Same entry off that 1 hour zone, but right here off the you know, we went from the 1 hour to the 10 minute for the entry point. Yeah, Peter said so. Like US 30 is starting to, the sentiment is changing heavily. So it went from, wow, look, oh no, that's you. I was tripping. I was like 52%. That's crazy. That's your USD. So let me go back to the DJ. So Dow 30, damn. Okay, so sentiment has dropped from 80% to 67%. That's how you know people are getting kicked out of these trades. All the short sellers are giving up. They're just like, man, price is not going to drop anymore. As soon as they swing to a buy position, like they pull out of their shorts and go to a buy, what happens? Price ends up dropping, right? That's why sentiment is so important for US 30 because it's so accurate. They just fool all these traders. They fool all the retail traders. Once they go from their sells to their buys, what do you think is going to happen from this point? Price is just going to keep dropping even further. So RIP to all of those short sellers because they just lost money shorting when price was going up, and then they lost even more money buying when price ended up going the other direction. Because like if you just look at this here, guys, so this thing right here, this people were shorting from way down here, right? From like the 14th or the 4th, actually, from like 2 weeks ago. So people were shorting from here and they closed out of their positions up here. They didn't make any money. This is a huge loss. Even if they entered their short over here, if they entered their short on the 12th and they held on to it up to here and they pulled out over here, they still would have ended with a loss. So the only people that really made money off this drop was the people who entered the shorts really late. But the sentiment has been 80% since like March 4th, and it's finally now dropping. And I think now we're going to be swinging down to a downtrend at this point. So let me go back over here real quick and see if there's anything else. QBands is asking, how do you get your chart to stay zoomed out? So QBands, to do that, just click on this button right here where it says reset chart. And that's how you keep it zoomed out. And then you can drag around. Just make sure not to zoom in. So you could drag left to right, but don't drag forward and backward. Because if you drag forward and backward like this, it'll zoom in and then it'll be stuck on that point right there. So just click reset chart right here and you'll keep it reset at that point. All right, let's see. I'm gonna look at Short Team's questions real quick before I answer your question, Steven. I see your question for the NASDAQ, so I'll take a look at that. I'll take a look at that, but I'll answer Short Team's question real quick because he's asking something specific right now. So we got 9 minutes left on this candle. If this closes right there, it might provide for an entry off that 1 hour zone. I'm not going to take it, but I mean, if you guys wanted to take, you guys could. Anyways, let me go back to chat real quick. Short Team said, Shawn, yesterday you told us that US 30 is always going to rise. It can drop for a short time only, but not for a long time because it's a group of 30 top stocks so we can hold position long term. I mean, price can drop. Short team, like companies can go bankrupt, and before they take them out of I mean, you can hold it if you're like a millionaire. If you have that much money, you know, you can't really hold it like for that long if you don't have enough. If you don't have enough capital, right? If you can survive the capital move, then yeah, you can hold it. But here, I'll show you real quick. I don't want to mess up this chart right here, but here, I'll go on this chart over here actually. So let's go to a US 30, right? So like you were mentioning, like I'm sure you've heard of that term, right? Short seeing buy the dip, right? People always buy the dip for US 30 because it always goes up. It's a top 30 US stock. So if you go here on the daily, and let's just zoom out from this point, right? So like you were mentioning, let me just turn this off right here. So like you were mentioning, right? If you can just buy and then hold it, technically you can. Like if you're waiting for the dip, like you wait for price to dip all the way down here from COVID. So this is when COVID happened, right? So if you started buying the dip from when COVID happened, so COVID happened here, you wait for it to swing back up. This is the bottom, right? This is the bottom right here. You wait for it to dip up, and as it swings back down right here, you just buy some more, right? You just buy some more right here. You buy some more Dow 30. Price comes up, it dips back down. You buy some more off the dip, right? And you just keep holding. Price goes up, comes back down. You buy some more here. Price comes up, comes back down. You buy some more here. Price comes up, comes down. You buy some more here. Price comes up, comes back down. You buy some more right here. And literally, if you just kept buying the dip as it kept coming up, coming down, coming up, coming down, coming up, coming down, another dip right there. Like just, think about how much money you would have had off this point, short scene. So technically you can buy the dip, but if the market's crashing like this, you're gonna lose a lot of money, right? That's why I was mentioning you have to have like millions of dollars to be able to like really hold like a move like this. Because this is, or you don't need millions of dollars, but you need a lot of money. Because right here, this is a 11,000 pip drop, right? So if you're holding on to this with like even the smallest lot size, like a 0.01, you'd be losing like 11,000 off this right here. But every time you buy the dip, you just keep averaging out. So like, for example, if you started buying the dip from COVID, this is what I mean about, you making money off this. You buy the dip, comes up, buy the dip, comes up, buy the dip, comes up, buy the dip, and etc. Like right here, price is establishing a high at this point, right? So here's a high at this point. It's going to dip down to some extent. It's going to come down. It's going to dip at some point over here if it doesn't drop too far. So it'll just dip to some point. You buy some more right there, and you just keep averaging out, and you just catch it as it keeps going up higher and higher. So you get what I'm saying, short scene? This is what I mean about you buying US 30 and holding. But the thing with buying and holding is it becomes dangerous unless you have like, depending on how big your lot size is or, whatever you're trading, you might not have enough capital to survive a move like this. Like if you don't have like at least like $100,000 account for this right here, you probably would have blown your account because you get margin called out as the price comes down. So technically you can. I mean, this is how people trade stocks. Like I'm sure you know how people trade stocks, right? Short seems the same situation. Like if you trade a good stock, like what's a good stock that people trade? I don't know, Amazon. Yeah, so if you trade Amazon, like, dude, if you trade Amazon and you just buy it when it dips, like this is from 2018. Like if you were to buy this and then you just kept buying the dip every time it dipped down, you would have had a lot of money at this point. Every time price dips down here, you just buy some more Amazon, right? That's how you average out stocks. It's the same concept. It's just you're trading the index instead. So it dips down, you buy, dips down, you buy, dips down, you buy, dips down, you buy, etc. And as price climbs above here, you just keep buying some more as it dips, buy, right? Dips, buy. And these are like long-term investments. So hopefully you, you would understand like how this works, but I mean, it's a very simple concept, but you need a lot of capital to trade this way. And most of you guys don't have that much capital to trade this way. So just keep that in mind, but that's basically how it would work. So anyways, back to US 30 real quick. I don't see any entries right here. So I think we should be all right. Let's see. CT said for longer hold, pro traders would trade this. They would be leveraged and hedge with future options. Definitely not CFDs. Yeah, exactly. So I agree with CT right there. So that's how options work, right? Like a lot of people like to gamble options, but in reality, um, the pro traders, what they do is they'll leverage, like how CT was mentioning. What they do is they'll buy and hold the Dow 30. So they'll buy and hold this stuff, right? So they'll buy and hold, but then when it comes down, like they'll still have options to cover their losses. So like they'll have an option. So if price fails to break a point, they just have an option contract. They make money off the option move. They come back up, and then they just keep. And that's how the options market is technically traded by like pro traders, right? Because there's a lot of people who just gamble options and they trade it directional, but options are generally used to cover their positions. Like they have a directional position, and when price drops, then they buy option. They buy option contract, and then they cover their losses as it comes back down. It comes up, they have option contract where price is going to be below. They buy some more down here, and then they make money in both directions. So I mean, it's a pretty simple concept, but a lot of people don't get it. But yeah, if you see what CT mentioned right there, they definitely hedge it off, the future or the ETF options as well, if they want to like hedge off the actual stock. I mean, but there's a ton of ways to do it. There's a lot of strategies to apply with regard to investing. But yeah, I mean, if you had a lot of money short scene, you could have made a lot of money off buying these dips from US 30. So going back to US 30 right here, we have about 2 minutes left on this candle. I'm going to see if this closes real quick, and then I'll go back and answer your question for NASDAQ, Stephen. So we got about 2 minutes left on this candle. Let me see if there's anything that's possibly available right here for you guys. I'm not going to take this trade, but I'm just going to give it to you guys if you guys want it. And it's going to be an extremely risky trade. So keep that in mind, guys. The only reason we identify this was because this was on the 1 hour zone. So just because it's on the 1 hour zone doesn't mean that it's going to be a stronger rejection point, because this can easily push up even higher to there before it ends up dropping. So we got about 1:30 off this candle. We'll see if it closes. If it closes with a rejection off this pivot right here. So this basically just needs to close as a red candle. If it closes as a red candle, then it would be good. But we'll have to wait and see how this, how this ends up closing. Yeah, definitely. No problem, Short Scene. Glad I could help you with that question. It's a basic trading strategy that a lot of people actually use. That's how people invest in stocks long term. But if the stocks end up crashing and they don't end up swinging back, you could like lose all of your money. So that's why I don't really trade like that right now, especially during the pandemic. It's very uncertain to how price is going to move. It's like pretty much how everyone lost their money during the last stock crash. All right, so it doesn't look like there's going to be an entry here for US 30. We have about 30 seconds left on the clock right here. And it doesn't look like it's going to drop down. I mean, I'll keep watching it for the next 30 seconds, I mean, and then we'll see how it ends up playing out. Yeah. Nice, Roland. I just saw that you added me on my personal Instagram. I'll add you on there. Yeah, so if you guys want to follow me on my personal Instagram, I'll accept your guys' things. I usually post all my stuff on there anyways. I don't really post on the K2 page very much, just the like trading stuff. Because I feel like that's how it should be, right? Like the trading page is meant for trading stuff, and all my personal stuff is meant for my personal IG. All right, cool. So no entry right there, obviously. So let's move on to NASDAQ for you, Steven. So you wanted me to take a look at NASDAQ. I'll do a top-down analysis for you guys. I'll go from the higher time frame and then knock down to the lower to show you guys what I see on my chart. So here's the 1 hour right here. I'm gonna zoom out from this point. I'm gonna turn on the K2SRs. I'm gonna go ahead and draw my rejection points right here so we can identify market structure. So this is important, guys. You guys can see my process here, right? Every time I trade, I do the same thing every single time. And this is what you guys have to do. You guys have to come up with a trading plan to figure out how you like to trade and how to identify important things in the market. Like market structure is probably going to be the most important thing, so that you can identify if the market is trending or if it's moving sideways, or depending on how on how directional it's moving, you know, because if it's not moving directional, there's no point in you trading it unless you're scalping within the little moves. But anyways, looking at the NASDAQ right here, we have market structure built up right here. This is where it broke into this structure on March 9th. Ever since then, it's just been going back and forth within these two zones right here. So after this, I'm gonna turn on the momentum indicator. So we have a rejection from this point right here, right? We have a rejection from this point. We have price attempting to break and close past this structure right here. So as soon as price ends up breaking, closing past the structure right here, we can take a sell, and this would be a more long-term move. However, this isn't the only scenario that can play out. Price can either break below here, or if it doesn't, price can end up rejecting off this point and swinging back up here, where you can take a buy from that point, right? So there's different scenarios here that can play out. It can play out for a buy, or it can play out for a sell down here. But I'm pretty sure you guys don't care about that, right? You guys want to see what it looks like on a scalp session. So let's go down to the 10-minute, and I'll analyze this on the 10-minute for you, Steven. So that's it for that on the 1 hour. Now we're going to move up to the, or move down to the 10-minute. So looking at this here, I'm going to go down to the 10-minute chart right here. I'm going to go ahead and draw this stuff over here. So yeah, it's funny. A lot of people ask me like, what do you do during your normal day? If you guys follow my Instagram, my personal Instagram, you'll see that I live a pretty normal life like you guys. I don't really do anything different. Like a lot of people think that I do it like I'm doing something crazy like all the time, like something with trading, right? I still live a normal life. So like when I'm not trading, I'm doing normal things. Like I do go to the gym in the middle of the day. I do cook, I do normal stuff. It's not like I'm just I'm on these charts like 24/7. So, you know, just looking at this right here off the NASDAQ, I'm gonna turn off these zones right here. Or actually, I'll just draw all these zones here so you guys can see what's good. So I'm just gonna draw these up right here. All right, cool. We got this right here, and then this right here. All right, so looking at the NASDAQ right here, I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the zones. Zoom in from this point. So yeah, looking at this point right here, we have, I mean, there's a couple entries right here, but they're like choppy. They're like messy entries. So I don't know if I would take this, Steven, because you can see right here that it's just a choppy market, right? This is why I was mentioning, that it's important to draw this market structure, right? Because if you take off the pivots, like I'm not going to trade right here, guys. Like this is just consolidation. I wouldn't trade it right here. Price breaks above here. I wouldn't trade right here either. It's just consolidating, right? And then again, same situation here. Price is just super choppy. So if you turn on the pivots at this point, like if you have market structure, you can identify consolidation right here, right? Consolidation, breakout, consolidation, breakout, and then retest, right? So if price is bouncing back and forth like this is going to cause a lot of uncertainty in the market. So I don't really mess with, I don't really want to mess with this necessarily right here because, you know, price can go either way. Now that price has come back up, it can probably just consolidate again that way. So this is one way to do it, draw market structure. Next up, you can turn on the K2 pivots. And one thing you can do here is you can just turn off the candles. So if you turn off the candles right there, you can see how choppy it is right around this area, right? Because they start crossing over. Like this right here, this is a nice little drop right here. You can take sells right here. I probably wouldn't take any trades here because it's just going sideways. And then right here is even worse. This is where it gets worse because it starts crossing above, then it crosses below. And then from that point, it just becomes a mess, right? So it's a mess right now. So right here, I wouldn't take these trades, Steven, even though there's a couple trades here that look pretty solid. Like this looks solid right here for a buy if this ends up closing. Yeah, if this ends up closing with it touching the pivot right there in the structure, it looks like a solid buy, but I probably wouldn't mess with it. Like I was mentioning, when price is dropping right here, this is where it's pretty solid because you can take some sells right here, like all over these areas right here. There's a bunch of sells that are available over here. I think this is what CT took because I looked at CT's chart. I think you sent me your profits yesterday, right, CT? Let me go to your chat real quick. Yeah, so CT, he took a couple trades yesterday. He took UCAD for some sells. Dude locked in 2,122. Like that's amazing for a Forex pair. like that, like a slow UCAD pair. Like this dude killed it with that. And he sends me a lot of these other pairs here. Yeah, he took the NASDAQ. So like I mentioned here, these NASDAQ sells, he took sells around this area over here. So he took these sells over here and he locked in 143 off that one trade, 328 off the other trade, and another 193 off the other NASDAQ trade right here. So as you guys can see here, CT really likes to trade NASDAQ. This is like one of his pairs that he likes to trade. And there's a bunch of entries here, but like I mentioned, it's better when price is actually moving directional. It's not safe to trade when price is going sideways or when it's moving choppy like it is right here. So I personally wouldn't take these right here, Steven, just for that specific reason. And that's why you'll see me sometimes not taking trades, even though there's a valid entry there, because it's just too risky of an entry. And for me, I like to be very, very conservative with my moves. And, that's why I'm able to, produce, I'm able to produce trades like this, right? Like I have no losses this week because I'm very careful with my trades. My main goal is to win. I don't like to lose. Like even when I was an attorney, I don't like to lose cases. I only take cases when I know I'm going to win. So like same situation right here with trading. I only take trades that I know we're going to win. Like I'm not going to take any losers. If I know it's going to win, I'm going to take that trade. If I'm not sure about that trade, I'm not going to take it. I'm going to skip it. But obviously you can see right here that most of my trades are wins because I'm smart about what I do when I take these trades. I don't just hop into anything that I see. I actually think it out and I analyze it enough for me to determine whether it's a good trade or not. So that's it for the NASDAQ right there. So let me see if I missed anything else before I continue on. Donatello is asking, can you trade options with the K2 trade strategy? Yeah, I mean, you can. Donatello, you can trade anything with. But like, there's not going to be a set in stone strategy for you to use, Donatello. You have to actually know how to trade. Like, for example, here, I'll show you an example of how you could trade this with options, right? So for example, right here, as you can see, price comes up. If your strike price is somewhere around here and it's reaching a K2SR zone, for example, right here, say this is your strike price up here, right? Sorry, let me just change that real quick. Say you have a strike price right here for a sell, right? If you see the zone right here, you can have a good understanding as to, where price is going to reject from. So if you had a strike price right here, you could have, entered some, I forgot what the terms were. I don't trade options. It's been like 8 years since I traded options. What is it, like a put? I think a put's for a sell, right? CT. I'm not sure if a put is, I think a call is a buy, right? Calls for going up, puts are for a sell. So you could have taken a put right here or something like that, or a sell. And then this would be your strike price. So if you did that, you could have made some money off that. Again, right here, if you're trading an option, your strike price is right there. As price comes up and retests the structure, you can sell the contract right there as well. Or I don't know what it's called, a put. I'm assuming it's a put. Now I'm curious. Let me see. Option sell contract. Yeah, calls for a buy. Or I don't know. Let me see. What is it? Yeah, I can't. Hey, David, do you know, is a call a put, or is it, and whatever, guys, I don't care. I don't trade options anymore. But yeah, you guys get what I'm saying. I'm saying that if you were to sell like your strike prices at a certain area, okay, gotcha. Yeah, so a put, that's what it'd be. Gotcha. Okay, yeah. So I was on point with that. I wasn't completely wrong. So yeah, like I was mentioning, if your strike price is right there, you can put a put and then you can drop from that point. Or if you trade from down here, you could have a call from down here and you could, buy off that point. But like I mentioned, there's like a lot of different ways to apply it. There's not just one way. But what I was mentioning earlier with market structure, that's probably the most important thing. Market structure. And you could even apply the snipe strategy, like I was mentioning, right? Because when we take the snipe strategy, we're anticipating a sell. So if we have a rejection off the pivot and structure up here, you can enter like a put right there, right? You enter a put right there, you make some money off that. Again, same situation right here. Price comes up to the pivot and structure, you enter a put right there, and you make money off that too. So, there's different ways to apply it. I wouldn't necessarily, if you're trading, like for example, if you're doing this, if you're trading directional, you're better off just trading directional, right? just take the spot position. Because if you think it's going to drop, you can just take a sell and you make money off that, like how you normally would. It's the same thing as the option contract. It's just with the option contract, you're kind of tied into that position until price moves a certain extent, because you're not going to make any money if price just comes down like slightly, right? You have to wait for it to come down like way down here before you can sell that off and make some decent money off it. But yeah, no, definitely. Let me see what you guys are talking about over here. Let's see. CT said can't really trade option K2. You can chart with K2 on an asset and based off. Exactly. So that's what I was talking about right now too. So I wouldn't necessarily use any of the K2 strategies for option entries, but you can use it to identify market structure and determine, where to trade and where not to trade. Nice. Yeah. So David said he trades options on the SPY and has been pretty successful. So yeah, nice work, David. I mean, like it works for everyone, guys. Like it literally works for everyone. Just depends on how you use these tools, because these tools aren't the end all be all. It's just, it helps you with trading efficiently for the most part. All right. So Tequila Taste is asking thoughts on SNDL. I don't even know what that is, but I'll look it up for you. SNDL, Sendile Growers. So, all right. I don't know. Let me see what time frame would be best for this. I don't know like how you want me to analyze this. Tequila Taste. I'm assuming like on the shorter time frame, right? Like the 10-minute. So if we go here, I'll go ahead and draw my zones for you guys. So you guys can see here that my same analysis works for stocks too. It's not just Forex. It works for everything. So if I zoom out from this point, I turn on the K2 SR indicator. So let's go ahead and draw these zones real quick. So we got a zone up there. We got a zone right there. We got a zone. This whole area is a zone, actually. Got a zone right here. Zone right there. And a zone there. All right, cool. So we got all these zones drawn up right here. I'm zoom out. And you guys can see right here that we have some, it's messy market structure, but I mean, it does its job. So like, for example, right here, we have price that comes down from this point and then it's swinging back up. So like just looking at market structure right here, I'm gonna turn on the momentum indicator. So we have a bullish momentum right here, right? So you guys can see how price is bouncing from zone to zone. So like, for example, here, we have a rejection from this point. We got a buy signal right here. Price is breaking, retesting. So it's a break past structure, retest of the structure right here. Price can do one of two things. Price can either bounce up from this point, or it can break below here and continue dropping. So two different scenarios that can play out here. Price can either come back from this point down here and drop, or it can shoot up from this point and continue pushing up from here. So this would be the technical analysis for SNDL. I mean, if you're trading stocks, you should be tying in like some sort of fundamental analysis too. I don't personally trade stocks anymore. I haven't traded stocks in like 8 years. So I don't necessarily know what's going on with this company. Let's see. So we can pull up their data here too. They have data over here. So they've been net negative ever since this isn't a company that I really want to buy in. Looks like this company hasn't been doing good since they started. Or I mean, it looks like they're starting to pick up. You'd have to like follow their news. This is one of those cannabis stocks. There's so many cannabis stocks now that it's kind of hard to really determine. Like, how do you even find the stock Tequila Taste? I'm assuming you just copy this from someone, right? Like someone sent you this stock to look at, and then you looked at it. But I mean, looking at it from my perspective right here, I don't know if it's necessarily something that I would necessarily buy, because it doesn't look like their numbers have been really good lately. It looks like they picked up this year, but the reason for that's because they had a huge sell-off. So if you scroll back from here and go, so they had a huge sell-off from here. It was at 395 and it just dumped from that point. So it's pretty much back to where it was when it started. So it came up a little bit, had a big push up, huge sell-off, and now sideways movement. But I wouldn't even mess with these little penny stocks, you know, like these penny stocks are what's gonna make you go bankrupt. I used to trade penny stocks before, and it's all a gamble, really. This is all really a gamble, you know. This can move one way or the other. Just you have to follow news to figure out like what's pushing price. Um, so you got to go actually do your own research on this because I don't. It just wouldn't. There's no point in me doing research on this that if I'm not going to trade it myself. So maybe go do your own research and then come back to me when you have some actual, like, you know, some actual data to back up what you're looking for. Because it just seems like you're just gambling at this point. You're kind of just looking for these cheap stocks and you're trying to buy, hoping that they'll go up. But a stock like this, if you're buying a stock that hasn't been performing, this company could go bankrupt tomorrow. So you could put all your money into this company and your money will just disappear. So, yeah, honestly, I wouldn't mess with this stock. You know, there's better cannabis stocks out there that you can trade. But I mean, whoever gave you that stock to look at, maybe ask them for their advice because they probably have some actual data on the company. I don't have any data on the company. I'm just looking at it from a technical perspective. So I could be wrong, but looking at it from a technical perspective, like all signs lead to zero for this stock right here. So yeah. But you guys can see that the same analysis works for stocks as it does for Forex too. It's the same analysis. It's just you have to do more research on this company to understand how it moves, or like if there's something in the works that's actually going to push it up. Last thing you want to do is hold on to this stock for like, man, how long? Let's see. So if you bought this stock when it first started, so look, if you bought the stock when the IPO opened, look how much money you would have lost off this tequila taste. See how much money you would have lost? You've been freaking broke at this point because their initial opening was at $8 for in 2019. If you bought this stock in 2019 and were thinking like, oh, this stock is going to go to the moon, right? You were like totally wrong if that was the case, because from 2019 till now, it did nothing but have a negative push all the way down here. So I don't mess with these little penny stocks because they're just too risky. So that's it for my analysis on that. Tequila, hopefully you're not in this trade, or hopefully you don't have too much in it, because this doesn't look like a good stock to me at all. Anyways, back to what I was going over. So maybe ask whoever gave you that advice to take that trade or to look at this stock, because it's just too risky. Because you can just look up like top cannabis stocks. Like if you really want to find out top cannabis. If you really want to trade in cannabis, bro, just Google it. You know, top marijuana stocks for 2021. Click on that, and they'll give you some actual stocks that are good here. I mean, they're not going to be cheap, but they're actually good stocks. They're not penny stocks like you were looking at there. Like best value marijuana stocks, they're all right here, right? And this could probably, push it from that point. Yeah. So there's a lot here that are actually not that bad. Like juice right here, it's like $9. I mean, obviously these other ones are going to be more expensive, but yeah, definitely. So just Google it. I mean, just go to Google, type in top cannabis stocks, and you can find what stocks are actually pretty good and what are not. But all right. So other than that, let me see what else we've got over here. So let me go back to US 30 real quick. Looks like, oh, damn. Okay. So that sell actually played out. Sorry, guys. Looks like I missed that sell again right there. Fuck me. Okay. All right. So there's another sell that was right here that we missed out on. Sorry, guys. I wasn't paying attention. But there's another sell that was available right there. It's still technically, or I don't know, did it hit TP already? So there's a sell that's active right here. It's on its way to TP. I'm tempted to enter it, maybe. I don't know. Let's see. It's too late. We missed that scalp right there. It's all good. No, I'm not gonna mess with it, bro. I'm not gonna mess with it. I know as soon as I mess with it, it's gonna be right now it was. It's exactly who it was, David. Yeah, no, guys. So there's an entry right here off this 1 minute. Let me see if there's anything else over here. So no zones off that point. The zone that I grabbed here was off the 1 minute. I think someone mentioned in the chat. So thanks for mentioning that earlier, whoever mentioned it. I'll check the chat right now. Let me see if there's anything else here. Yeah, so the zones are still the same over here off this 10 minute. So you guys, if you guys are ever gonna take advice from anyone, you know, whether it be stocks, whether it be Forex, whether it be US 30, make sure that they actually know what they're doing, right? Because there's a lot of people that fake that they know what they're doing. You know, like obviously right here, like even for like these trades that I call here in K2, there's people who will just copy my trades and resell them, right? So like I think London sent me hers the other day. So like London sent me this right here. This person traded my same exact this like whatever company, Trading Smart, Trading Stupid actually, because they just copy my trades. They copy my trades exactly, and then they post them in their group. Like even this group over here was like, this group's really dumb. It was like all VIP signals. They copied it exactly from my signal here. It even says K2 premium signals right here. So like people will just copy my trades and they'll resell them. Like right here, they would just copy them and post them back up. And this is like something that you should probably look out for. Like if you're going to copy trades from someone, make sure that they actually know what they're doing and have them trade live for you. Like how I do every day. I trade live every single day so that you guys can see the transparency that I actually come up with these trades. Because there's a lot of people out there that are just going to scam you. So that this space is filled with a lot of scammers. And in order to prevent yourself from getting scammed, make sure that you are taking trades or you're taking advice from a reputable source, not just some random person who you know acts like they're who acts like that, like, you know, they know what they're doing. But all right, let me just check real quick. Let's see over here. Ricardo said his best day ever. I'm done. So Ricardo locked in 4,213. Nice, Ricardo. He was taking the scalps that we were just looking at that we decided not to take, but he locked in some pretty solid profit off this. So yeah, nice work off that, Ricardo. So yeah, you're doing pretty good, bro. John over here too. Look at John. Damn, John made 1,191. Nice work, John. So nice work to everybody here in K2 for killing it. That's a lot of profit that you guys made today. So just today, here's the timestamp for today. John made 1,191. Congrats to you, John. Ricardo over here made 4,213 and 21 cents. Congrats to you, Ricardo. His best day ever. And it's a Friday, right? So nice work off that. You know, same situation right here. Eunice, he locked in 3,322. Same with Ricardo over here, his other positions. Sisuk over here, 1,098. So congrats to everybody for killing it on a Friday, right? You guys made more profit than I would have. So great work there. Rick over here, 1,120. Valentine over here, 1,886. This is all on Friday, guys. This is a day that we don't trade, but there's people here that are killing it even though. So great work by everybody. Yeah, if you guys have any other profits that you guys want me to send out, go ahead and send them over to me or post them in the chat. And then I will, I'll add them to our list of trades for the day so that we can post up the totals at the end of this session. Man, I'm so tempted to enter this trade, but I'm not going to do it. I already know it's not going to play out in my favor. But yeah, this is one of the scalps that was available here. The reason why this is a scalp is because there's a rejection off the pivot and a rejection off the structure. So with that said, we're anticipating price to drop at least 500 pips, which would be right here for full TP. So other than that, let me scroll up real quick and see what else we got over here that I'm missing. Let's see. Oh, nice. So yeah, Marcus and CT use they use the 1 minute zones and they use the 8 minute for entry. So it's about to hit TP right there, guys, for whoever took that trade that I just mentioned. So yeah, it just hit TP. So congrats to everyone who decided to take that trade. There's your horns for your trade there. So yeah, if you guys took that, great work. I didn't take it because I'm just being careful today. I made enough profit this week. I'm not going to go and risk it just to trade on a Friday where market becomes a little erratic, right? So that's it for those right there. And if you guys are wondering why the zones are different colors, these are the 10-minute zones and these are the 1 minute zones. So that's why the color difference is there. So let's see if there's any other zones here on the 1 minute real quick before I continue on. All right, there's actually another zone right here for a possible entry. I'll color that blue. Go back on the 10 minute. Let me fix that real quick. Turn that off. We're actually on the 8 minute. Oh, there's another entry right here actually. So if anyone else wants to enter, or no, there isn't. Sorry, that was my bad. So that already hit full TP. Let's go back on the 10 minute. Yeah, so I mean, great TP off that for whoever caught that trade. I don't know if anyone sent that over. Let's see, Marcus sent it over. Yeah, so he marked it up on his right here. He said, just know there's a zone where it went back up. Gotcha. Okay, yeah, I just drew that right now, Marcus. So that looks good for the most part. Damn. Okay, Sisu played no games over here. He was over there lingering in the background, locking in some more profit. So Sisu locked in 2,269 this morning. So congrats to you, Sisu. Great work, bro. Great work. Trell over here, he took that sell right there as well. He took a nice scalp off the 1-8 strategy. So damn, you guys can see here, everyone's killing it. Like if you guys want to learn the strategy, like here's Trell over here. He's killing it. Like he took this trade while we were over here analyzing those cannabis stocks. So he took this trade right here, made a full TP off this one right here. And if you guys want to sign up for the strategy and learn exactly what everyone else is here doing, because you can see here, everyone is posting their profits, right? Like Joe's posting his analysis off that same sell. Marcus looked at the same sell right here. And over here, Trell took that trade himself. So if you guys want to learn the strategy, just go on the website, k2trades.com, click on K2 strategy course right here. And then you can learn exactly what everyone else is doing. Like literally one trade, like trading with my strategy for like 1 day could make you like insane amount of profit. Just looking at everyone's profits here, Sisuk made 2,000 today. John made 1,000 today. Ricardo made 4,000. It's crazy. 4,000 on a Friday, bro. Like who does that? Ricardo, you're crazy, bro, for taking all these trades. But congrats to you for locking that in. Eunice locking 3,000. I could go at any day here. If you guys want to pull up random day, March 8th, Billy, let's see how much Billy made on that day. 4,000, right? We can scroll up to another random day. February 25th, Jerry locked in 8,000 for the week off February 25th. Chelsea locked in 3,511. These are all different people. Like this is Chelsea right here. This is Jerry right here, right? These are all totally different people. Steven over here locked in $500. Like everyone in K2 is killing it. So if you guys aren't killing it in K2, there's got to be something wrong, because you might be doing something wrong and we can help you. You just gotta speak up so we can help you out. See Eric over here, 8,000 on February 11th, and Eric's a totally different person too, right? These are all totally different people. Crabman over here, you guys know Crabman, Paco, he locked in about $62 using the strategy on silver and NZD USD. Rami over here, how much did Rami lock in on this day? Locked in like a couple $100, maybe couple $1,000 right here. And Rami's a totally different person too, right? So just keep that in mind, guys. If you guys want to join the K2 group and learn to trade like everyone else, you guys can. It's available to you guys. It's just like I mentioned, I'm not giving any more mentorships to brand new people. I'll give you guys like one mentoring session. So I can answer all your questions and make sure you get everything during that session. But other than that, I'm not holding any more unlimited sessions with the new members. If you guys are already in K2, don't worry. You guys still have access to me 100%. I'll still have sessions with you guys. But if you guys are not members right now, I'm only offering maybe like one mentoring session for you guys, because you guys can see it's easy. It's not a hard strategy. Like literally I sit down with you for like 5 minutes and then you can start learning the same strategy that everyone here is doing. So great work to everybody this week so far. Other than that, I don't see any other entries here. Let me just check the chat real quick, see if there's anything else for me to take a look at before we continue. Exactly right, David. Let me see if there's anything else here as we continue. Yeah, no, definitely tequila tastes like, if you made money off that penny stock, then that's good. I mean, you flipped your $30 to $80. That's not bad at all. So as long as you're making profit, that's all that matters. Not a bad deal. So Rick over here said, I got in late, got out quick for a quick 138. Pretty dumb of me. Yeah, so Rick, you entered that sell right here, right? When I analyzed it. So when I was looking at it, I wanted to enter it when it was right here as well, when it was above here. I should have entered it with you, but you still made some profits. So, you know, profit's profit. Yeah, pretty much. Donatello is asking, is anybody taking the FTMO challenge? Yeah, I mean, everybody is, because everyone's killing it on here. Donatello, look, if you look at the profits over here, everyone that has .cash after their account is using FTMO. So right here, US 30 .cash, that's an FTMO account. That's where C-Suk made 2,000 off that. John over here says .cash, right? He made 1,000 on his FTMO account. That's why we're able to make so much profit off this, because everyone has bigger accounts here. So these are, you know, if you're trading FTMO, he made 4,000 off that. Same right here with Eunice, you know, FTMO.cash. He made 3,000 off that right there. So some people here trade personal accounts. Some people trade FTMO, like Rick over here. He made 1,000 off that .cash, his FTMO account. Valentine, he made 1,800 .cash FTMO. But we do have other people here who trade their personal accounts only, like Steven over here. He trades his personal, I think, or no, actually Patricia. Patricia is killing it. So guys, you guys hear me talk about Patricia every day. And, you know, she deserves it, dude, because Patricia's been with K2 for like a couple months, maybe a year now. And look at what she's made. This is her personal account, Hugo's Way. She made 3,222 on her personal account. So, you know, if you guys are able to do this, I mean, if you guys can learn this, you guys can apply this on your personal account. You can apply it on US, on a FTMO. Like here's Roland over here. He locked in 2,000 .cash. That's his FTMO. So you guys can see how many people here are passing FTMO, just copying my trades or just learning my strategies, because it's really simple. It's not that hard. You know, it's really not rocket science. Robert over here locked in 800 to 1 off his personal account. I mean, the consistency here is like unmatched, guys. I don't know if you guys know any other groups that do this every single day, you know, yielding these same profits. But we do this every day. So if you guys want to sit in on our live sessions every morning, you guys can see me full transparency. I call the trades, I take the trades, I show the profits. You know, it's all said and done within these sessions. But all right, so let me scroll up real quick. All right, so let me see if I missed any questions. Sorry, because I did see some up here that I may have missed as I was scrolling down. So Funke wants me to take a look at US oil. So Funke, let me grab a US oil for you. So we got US oil right here. Oh, wow. Look, it looks like it played out exactly how we marked it up, Funke. So I think I marked this up for you the other day, right? On the 4 hour. So I marked this up for you guys. What was it? Yesterday, actually, on the 18th. I marked this sell right here for you guys. And it actually hit full TP right there. Went straight to TP. Yeah, that's crazy. What a nice move, right? So hopefully you caught that move, Funky. I don't know if I analyzed this for you yesterday, but I know I analyzed it for someone. But I'll go ahead and delete everything off the chart. Here we got a naked chart right here. I'm gonna zoom out. First thing I'm gonna do is turn on the K2SR indicator. And then I'm gonna go ahead and you know, draw my zones. So we got our zone right here. And you guys can see this is the same process every single time. If you look at any of my live sessions, I analyze everything the same exact way every single day, and it works, right? It works and everyone profits off it. So if you guys are looking for something that's consistent where you don't have to keep jumping from strategy to strategy, I mean, this might be it, because I feel like that's a problem with a lot of people. They can't find a strategy that works long-term and consistently. So they end up bouncing from strategy to strategy every other day, and they end up failing at trading because they never actually learn anything. So here we go with that. We have our zones drawn up. I'm gonna turn off the K2SR indicator, and we have some perfectly drawn zones right here, right? So price broke into the structure on January 11th, 2021, and it's just been ranging within this area since then. So I'm gonna turn on the momentum indicator right here. Zoom in from here, see what else we got from this point. So at this point right here, we have a sell bias. Reason for the sell bias is because of the sell signal right here. So we can see that this move actually started from way up here. We had a rejection from this point. We got a sell signal right here. Price ended up pushing down to this structure right here. Rejection from here, bounce back up from there. Rejection from here. Sell signal. Same pattern, right? It just keeps dumping and dumping and dumping. So again, right there, it drops. Same situation over here, another sell signal. and now it's consolidating. So funky, it broke down from here to this point down here, and now it's in consolidation. So we still have a sell bias right now, funky. The thing that I'm looking for right here is for price to break below the structure. So it came up for a retest. Now I'm waiting for it to come back down right here and close below the structure. Once it closes below the structure right here, you can take a sell, and then you can write it down even further, right? So that's basically what I see happening over here for US oil. Okay, I think it's going to be a sell bias because we still have a sell signal. Until we get a buy signal, bias isn't going to change. We just stay looking for sell entries off this point. So this is exactly where I see this going from, from here specifically. So that's it for US oil. Let me see if there's anything else for me to look at. Yeah, Luis, I think this is crude, right? Yeah, it should be crude oil. Yeah. So this is US oil right here on the 10-minute. This is basically what I see off this point. I guess we can look at it to see if there's any possible scalps off US oil. I mean, I don't scalp US oil, but we can take a look. It doesn't hurt for us to analyze it. So let me just go over to US oil real quick. Check this off right here. We can check on the 30-minute, see if there's anything over here that we could possibly look at. So yeah, it looks like there's a couple entries here that were pretty solid. Yeah, so looking at US oil over here, I've drawn my zones up. Once I've drawn my zones, I will turn that off. And there we go. From this point, there's a couple entries here that are available. So the most recent entry would have been this one right here. This red candle right here. You can see it. This wick rejects off the red pivot and the structure right there. So with that said, you enter a short position right here, full TP for about 132 pips. Other than that, I think that's about it for now. I don't really see much. I mean, it looks like there's a buy entry right here, but I probably wouldn't take it because it looks choppy, right? Price starts to consolidate around this area. You can see the pivots are starting to cross over. So like with that said, there's an entry right here for a possible buy. Although I don't think I would have taken it. It's a buy and it's currently in profit, but I wouldn't because price is starting to get choppy around that point. So that's pretty much my analysis off of oil right there. And we have a sell bias, so that's why I would look for a sell, not a buy. Okay, so I think that's it for now. So if you guys have any other questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, it looks like I'm going to be calling off this session a little early. I have a ton of emails to get through. Let's see, I have about 264 emails to get to today. I didn't go through my emails last night, and I got a lot of emails overnight. So I got a bunch of emails. I got a bunch of Telegram messages to get to. So if you guys have questions, feel free to put them down in the chat right now. And then I will I'll answer your questions before we log off for the week and close out for this trading week so far. David said, bro, it's forming a head and shoulders sell at the neckline. What are you looking at, David? Are you looking at oil? Oh, I can see it right now. Yeah. Now that you mention it. Yeah. And this is why this thing over here is similar to the other one over here. So let me check this real quick. I'm just looking at I'm looking at the indices chat because there's a Ari over here asks, why sell trade? Please explain. There's a sell trade there because there was a rejection off this structure and pivot right here, and then there's a guy here, Bobby. He said wicks don't lie rejection zone. What, bro? What are you talking about? We're using K2SR zone. Yeah, I feel like people from other trading groups come here just to influence other people. I mean, it's whatever. I mean, this dude Bobby obviously doesn't know what he's talking about because I analyze this stuff live with you guys. So I mean, it's whatever. I don't care. Obviously, there's gonna be other people from other groups trying to just talk out of their ass in our groups, anyways. So it's no big deal. But I found it funny that this dude's response to that was always don't lie rejection zone. All right. Yeah, I guess that's what it was, huh? Anyway, so let me see if there's anything else here that we're looking at. So yeah, David said on oil. So let me just check that out real quick. Yeah, if you guys have these structures, like this market structure drawn up right here, it's easy for you guys to identify these patterns here. So like over here, let's see. Yeah, this guy's stupid. Like, why would you come to another group and try to promote Wix Don't Lie? I have nothing against Wix Don't Lie, but bro, like, why would you even come in here and do that? Obviously, we're applying our own strategy here, and there's a picture here explaining the strategy, but you're over here trying to promote like some other group. So let's go, boot. Dude, here we go. Delete and banned. So see you later. Yeah, it's all good. Anyway, going back to what we were just talking about right now with David, he was mentioning that there was a Head and Shoulders right here. So I'll just pull up the Head and Shoulders tool over here real quick. What's the tool at? I don't necessarily trade patterns at all, so I don't even know where it's at. Let's see, Head and Shoulders tool. Oh, there we go, Head and Shoulders. So we have the shoulder right here, I think, right? So this would be the shoulder, this would be the head. Oh, crap, my thing looks all dumb. Let me just try to draw it again. Let's see. So we got, I guess you could draw it from right here. Yeah, there we go. There goes the shoulder right there. The head. Yeah. So that's kind of what I see happening right there too. I don't trade patterns, but I don't trade patterns at all. But this thing right here is, I mean, I guess this is what David saw, the Head and Shoulders. I could see it right there playing out as well. So like, for example, right here, this thing right here is, it looks like it'll play out, and it falls in with our analysis right here as well, right, David? Because we have a sell bias right here. So like, for example, over here, this is kind of what I see happening anyways. I think it's going to drop from this point. So it should be pretty decent. I mean, I don't trade patterns, so don't quote me on this Head and Shoulders, because I'm like probably the worst pattern trader that you guys will come across, because I don't do this. But yeah, this is pretty much what I see happening here as well. So yeah, nice identification of that, David. I see it coming down as well. Let me scroll up real quick. Yeah, Life Through My Lens said, what's wrong with people? Everyone has their own way. Every time I'm on live, some smart dude always trying to tell us what we're doing something wrong. Exactly, right? Like there's no right or wrong way to trade. Let's take this guy out to Paper Playa. He said, hey guys, Pig Pips on, bro, if their name is Pig Pips on Instagram, that's probably some scammer right there. So I just deleted his message. There was this dude that just messaged in the chat. If you guys saw him, he was promoting this this Instagram trader called Pig Pips. Come on, bro. If your name's Pig Pips, you should probably not be a trader. What kind of name is that? Anyway, so back to what I was saying earlier. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying too. Yeah, you know, like I don't understand like why people need to promote on other pages, right? Like you don't see me going around promoting K2 on like everyone else's page, even though I probably could, but there's like really no reason for it. All right, let me see. Yeah, Donatello, there's we have public groups and private groups for the Telegram. So if you go on the website k2trades.com, you can click on unlock your free access right here, and then you'll get access to all of the public groups. So we have a lot of K2 groups here. Actually, we have another scammer right here. We have the public chat right here. We have the indices group right here. We have the premium groups right here. We have the stocks groups over here. And we have the options group as well. So there's a lot of different K2 groups that you can join in on. And it's all completely free. Just click on this right here. If you want to join the premium, obviously you can join the signals or the strategy, but it's completely free if you want to join the free groups. Damn, look at Josh over here. Josh said he was trading the 3-minute chart, momentum signals only. Damn, this dude killed it. Look at that. So see, Josh over here creates his own strategies as well. So Josh locked in some pretty decent profit off this. He locked in about 200, 400, 500, 600, about $700 off this. He's only trading the momentum signals only. Like, that's crazy. So this is what Josh was doing. Let me go over to US 30. He was on the 3-minute. All right, so he was on the 3-minute right here. And all he was doing was taking these buy and sell signals. So he saw a buy signal. He took a buy right there. He made profit off it. He saw a sell signal. He took a sell off that. Made some profit off that. Damn, that's crazy. So Josh literally just took these buy sell signals right here from, I'm assuming, like, you know, X amount of pips, maybe like 500 pips, nothing crazy. He just took every single trade here. He took every buy, he took every sell. Damn, dude, look, yeah, Josh, you killed it, bro. So if you guys know the Sunday Fun Day strategy, that was created by Josh, the dude that just messaged me right now, Josh Baker right here. He literally took every signal right here, a buy sell signal, and he locked in all his profit right here doing that. Like, that's how simple it can be if you guys, you know, if you guys try to just learn something. Like, if you guys like know how the indicators work, this is what Josh did. He created his own strategy right now, 3-minute chart, momentum signal only, made some nice profit off it. And you guys can do this too. It's not just Josh that does it. There's a lot of people that create their own strategies and they make a lot of profit off it just using my indicators. So if you guys want to try that out, you know, you guys are more than welcome. But nice work, Josh. Killed it, man. Killed it. I just mapped it on the chart. Are you on the live? Yeah, so I'm gonna screenshot this. I'm gonna send it over to Josh real quick. That's crazy. He was literally just playing with it. Yeah, so I just sent him my chart right now. I was like, damn, dude, you literally just took every signal right there. So those are his profits right there for buy, sell, buy, sell. You can see here, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy. So he did exactly what he said he was going to do, and he killed it. Again, right here, another sell right here as well, if you decided to take that one. So I didn't even teach anyone the strategy. This is something that Josh thought of on his own, and he locked in some profit. So nice work off that, Josh. Congrats. Other than that, let me see if there's anything else. C6, yeah, that might form a Batman, but not that, but definitely a Green Lantern, or maybe just a Flash. Oh man, oh, that's funny. Yeah, Csuga is mentioning how, like, you know, like some people will show profits one day and then they'll go disappearing for like a month. It's funny, like you'll see different groups sometimes where they'll send profits like one day and then like a month will go by, no profits at all, right? And then they come back, like they say they took a break or something, but in reality they probably just blew their account. You guys can see here, because I trade live every day, so I'm consistent with my trading. If you guys go back and watch any of the live sessions, you guys can see that I'm a pretty careful trader, and I take pretty good trades like every single day, because I'm not taking anything that's not really worth the hassle or the risk in general. Let me see if there's anything else real quick. All right, cool. So other than that, let me see what else we got over here. So other than that, guys, I think that's it for the questions right now. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to drop in the chat. Otherwise, we will be ending this session shortly. But yeah, I'm here to answer your guys' questions if there's anything else that you guys need. There's just no entries here. It's already 9 o'clock. So as it gets closer to 10, market's going to start to die down heavily, because market volatility just starts to, you know, dissipate as we get closer to the end of the market. So not really much here. But yeah, I mean, we could go down the list and see if there's anything else that we can take a look at here. Tequila Taste said it's a lot to take in, a lot to learn. I mean, yeah, trading isn't necessarily something that you learn overnight, Tequila. I mean, I've been trading for over 10 years now. So like, that's the way I'm able to do this so quickly on the chart, because I do this every single day. Like, this is literally just like, it's like learning a new language. You got to practice every day to get better at it. But once you get it down, I mean, it's a skill that you have for life. Like, I've been trading, like I trade every single day, like, and this is fun to me. It's like solving a puzzle every day. So like, and then the profits that we get from it are always going to be, a huge plus. So it's definitely a skill that's worth learning if you have the patience to learn it, because it can open up a lot of opportunities. Of course, I mean, you got, everyone knows that, right? With trading, if you can be consistent with trading, it could open up a whole lot of opportunities for you. Like, I quit my job last year. If you guys have been with K2 for a while, I left my job as a lawyer last year, like last March. So, oh, it's crazy, guys. Today's the 19th. I think this is officially the first full year of me trading full time. So I haven't practiced law in a year now. And I mean, if you guys, you guys see the profits that I'm doing, there's just like really no reason for me to go back to being a lawyer, right? Because I make more trading and less work, less stress, and I get to hang out with you guys every day here on these live sessions. So that's basically, what we do here. So let me check if there's anything else before I continue on. Let's see. Yeah, so CT said there's a NASDAQ entry 10-minute, but retail is 68% long. Yeah, I wouldn't mess with that, bro. Especially the indices, the stuff right here. Yeah, David, I think this is the first day that we here, let me see. I can check the chat real quick. Let's see. Officially, let me see if I type in full time here. It was like last March. All right, dude, it's exactly a month from today, David. So right here, I sent this message March 19, 2020. I said, attention team, just FYI, for most of you know, I work as an attorney full-time, and K2 has always been a side thing for me. But as today, I'm proud to announce that I've quit my job to become a full-time trader and run K2 full-time. It's been a long time coming, but I'm happy to say that I get to devote 100% of my time and energy into something that I really love. And with that said, back to these profits. So guys, it's been officially 1 year since I quit my job, and I've been a full-time trader. So it's been a great year, guys. It's been an awesome year. I met a lot of you guys here. You guys have been trading with me every day for the past year, and we've been killing it, guys. We've been making a ton of profit this whole time. So literally a month from today, I mean, a year from today, I quit my job as an attorney, became a full-time trader with you guys here. So props to everyone, man. Props to everyone who has been with me from the start. I was giving you guys signals from my law office like every day. Before that, I was literally, man, I wonder if I still have my videos. I remember I had a video where I was like, fuck this, I'm out of this job. And I left. I don't have the videos here, but I did have some videos here where I was like, I bounced from my job. I have my box right there. Actually, I still have my banker box right there under my desk from when I left my job. I haven't even unpacked my office supplies from my job when I quit. I was like, I still have my box of literally all my stuff from my old office that I never unpacked because I just went straight into trading. But yeah, man, congrats to all you guys who have been here with me from day one, because we've been killing it, guys. Like literally every day, it's been a great day. Even on a negative day, it's been a great day for us. It's been a great ride so far, guys. Nice. So Life Through My Lens said it's going to be a year for him in July. So congrats, bro. Congrats to you too for taking this full time. It's been a great ride, honestly. It's been fun, real fun. Yeah, and then David found me like a few weeks later. Yeah, a lot of you guys are still new here. So you guys weren't around when I quit my job. There was some of you guys that joined a few weeks later, and then we were just doing this full time. Nice. For CT March 26th, bro, a week from now. That's dope, man. That's crazy. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, and I'm glad to have you guys here. I'm glad to have, you know, whoever was with me back then still with me now. Because if you guys did, you guys would have locked in a ton of profits with me for this whole year. So yeah, looking at NASDAQ right here, CT, that was the one that you were just looking at, right? This was that buy entry that CT was looking at right here. Looks like it would have hit TP if you're, I mean, depending on where your stop loss TP was, probably 250. Looks like this is damn, yeah. It's nice, dude. Nice work with that. Yeah, CT, you should have just taken that buy, huh? Because you were looking at that for your entry. You ended up not taking it because of the sentiment. Yeah, it's all good. I mean, I wouldn't either, CT. I missed the US 30 call earlier, bro. Like the drop that happened earlier. I wanted to take that, but I didn't want to take it because it was Friday. It was just it's too choppy. Definitely. David's about to hop on. When David finally quits his job too, once David quits his job, you guys will have someone to teach you guys strict price action, because David loves price action. So he's going to be our price action guy. He's probably like one of the best price action guys I know out here. You know, and he's only been trading for like so long. Because I mean, CT is good too. CT, don't get me wrong. CT is one of the older members here too. That's good. But he trades a hybrid. He doesn't trade just price action. Like for me, I trade basically mostly momentum. David trades mostly price action. CT trades a bit of a hybrid of both, kind of like how I trade. So definitely David's probably going to be helping out with like some price action stuff, because you guys love price action. And you know, if you tie my analysis with David's analysis, most of the time it usually hits. And CT does that on his own because he already knows how to do everything for himself. So no, definitely great time like having you guys here. And you know, we have a long way to go. This is just the beginning. So more profits to come. And it's definitely going to, you know, it's just going to be a good addition to the whole team as a whole. Yeah, David. Yeah, Tequila said, I asked for quick advice for going into trading. They say there's no short advice. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Steven, how's it going? Did you take any trades today, Steven? I didn't call any trades like last night, so I don't think you have anything from me. But yeah, it looks like you might have taken some on your own. Just don't hop into any trades right now, Steven, because I know you like taking risky trades, and it's just kind of risky for you to take right now. So yeah, specifically. But yeah, guys, I think that's it for now. I don't think there's any other questions here. You know, for me to continue with. David said, go buy a laptop, stop using the dang web trader. I know I got to go get that laptop, David, eventually. Ricardo said, about time you get some kids to make noise in that house. Not anytime soon, Ricardo. I still got I got my doggo here scratching the wall, as you can hear him. He wants to go out for his walk already. But yeah, guys, so I think that's it for today, guys. So if you guys have any other questions, you know, feel free to reach out on Telegram. I will be around. It's just I got a ton of emails to get to from last night, and I got a ton of Telegram messages to respond to as well. It's been a lot of stuff here that I need to cover. But yeah, guys, thanks for showing up. I will catch you guys in the Telegram chat. Thanks for showing up this morning. Hopefully you guys locked in some profits, you know, going back over the profits that were made today. Congrats to everyone here who sent me the profits. If you guys have more profits and haven't sent them to me yet, go ahead and send them over, and then I can take a look at what you guys did. So Josh over here locked in a couple, like about $1,000. C-Suk locked in 2,269. John made 1,191. Ricardo made 4,213. Eunice over here made 3,322. And then more profits from the same people here. Rick locked in 1,120. Valentine locked in 1,886. So congrats to everybody who locked in profits on a Friday. This is amazing. Not many people can do this. And here we go. Cheryl pops in with her profits. Had a great night last night. Good morning, everybody. Have a great weekend. So Cheryl over here locked in 5,434. Like, guys, this is a no-brainer for you guys to learn what we're doing here, right? 6,678 on her other account. And this is on a Friday. So congrats to everybody here. in K2. You know, have a great weekend, be safe, and I'll be back here with you guys on Sunday for market reopen. So thanks for sitting around, guys. If you guys haven't already, if you guys can like the stream on the way out, if you guys pulled some value from it, like the stream. If you didn't, go ahead and dislike it. That'll be cool because then YouTube won't show you my videos anymore and you won't be able to take any more of my trades. So it doesn't matter to me whether you like it or dislike it. Just do something to to bump up our engagement, and then I'll catch you guys back here on Sunday for market reopen as we get back into these profits.